Warning, incoming dad joke. Warning, incoming dad joke.
Hey, Tito,
Yeah.
what nationality is Santa Claus?
I don't know what.
North Polish.
My mom's Polish.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Looks like a pink nightmare. Christmas as in Yule log. Not a log. I don't have a log, but it's...
All that I have, all that I've learned, everything I feel, all this and more I bequeath you, my son.
Your father was Frankenstein, and your mother was the lightning.
We named the dog Indiana.
I am your father.
Sorry, Mom. Hello and welcome to yet another thrilling episode of Three Geeky Dads, the show that has all its nervous listeners chiming, "They're here." I am the artist formerly known as Mark, and with me as always are the Peter and Paul to my Mary.
Derek.
And Brian.
Took him a second. And joining us as always to scowl at my alligator jokes is the Dream Master of our Elm Street series, Tito.
I thought I was going to be like the Puff the Magic Dragon.
That's where I thought you were
You
going.
know,
totally.
everyone is a critic.
Yeah.
All right.
Smoke
Hello
'em
and
if you got
welcome
'em.
to yet another And joining us, as always, to scowl at my alligator jokes and criticize my writing, apparently, is our Puff the Magic Dragon, Tito. I don't know
Hi,
how to
everybody.
word it.
That was fine.
Yeah.
That was
worked.
perfect.
There we go. You heard it
Smooth
here.
operator.
That's how it's all done.
Little Jackie Paper.
Little Jackie. Hey, tonight we continue our celebration of the holidays by continuing our special requests episodes given by you, the faithful listeners, to us, the dads, so that you can hear what we have to say about a movie that has somehow, for better or worse, impacted you. As long as it's not Caligula, Antichrist, or Kazam. Otherwise, you're just awful. Thankfully, tonight's episode comes to us from friend and faithful listener Jared Milson, who has requested the movie Poltergeist for us to yak about, and so yak we shall. But before we dive into a plate of demonic clowns, monster trees, muddy holes, and Craig T. Nelson shirtless, oh yeah, our own master of mashed banana goodness, Brian, has an appetizer to start us off. Banana. That's the classy way of saying it.
Yes.
Highbrow.
It's like a banana.
Yeah.
Like some bananas.
La, 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 la,
And a
squash banana.
sausage.
Bless this highly nutritious, microwavable macaroni and cheese dinner and the people who sold it on sale. Amen.
Tonight, as Mark said, we're going to be taking a look at the movie Poltergeist, a movie with a very memorable quote from the young Heather O'Rourke, who utters the famous line, "They're here." And that got us thinking about some of our other favorite movies with very memorable quotes themselves. Tonight, we're each going to be picking 3 movie quotes from movies that we love, and we're going to have to guess what movies they're from.
Ooh, very fun.
Oh, we have to guess.
Let's go make a
Game
out
show.
of it.
Oh,
We're on a game show, Tito.
This is like Family Feud.
Here we go.
Do. Yeah, Brian just kissed my cheek.
Yeah.
It's weird.
The Richard Dawson
And
of
not his
podcast world.
He just grabbed my boob.
Dude, that guy was so hip. I fucking love Richard Dawson. He literally would kiss
Oh, reach
anyone.
around here for a
Yeah.
minute.
Survey says.
Yeah, right.
Hogan's Heroes.
Who's starting? Who's starting?
Tito started last week, so it's me.
Okay, go.
If you guys don't know mine, you're all idiots and haven't been listening to me at all. So here we go.
Now, we're each doing 3. Do
We're
you want
each
to
doing
each
3.
do your 3 at once and we guess?
You
and
wanna
then
go
move on, or
around
do you want
one
to do
each?
like 1, 1, 1?
Sure, we can
2,
go
2,
around
2?
1, 1, 1.
Okay.
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 I'll start my first one, and we'll go
Do
counterclockwise.
Tito, me, Derek, then back to you. How's
All
that?
right,
We'll go around
we shall do
clockwise
Tito.
around
Okay.
the table.
All right.
Gross.
To a new world of gods and monsters.
Frankenstein.
Bride of Frankenstein.
That is
Spoken by
correct.
Dr.
Gods and
Pretorius.
monsters. No.
Driving Miss Daisy.
Polk. That was mine. Brian, you win the prize. What do we get if we win?
What do you want from the bar?
Another deer.
Sounds good. All right. So you win the beer.
What was the
beer
answer?
that's in
Bride
your-
of Frankenstein?
The
It
Bride
is,
of Frankenstein.
It is from
Spoken
The
by
Bride of Frankenstein,
Dr.
spoken
Pretorius.
by, played by Ernest Thesiger,
Yep.
directed by James Whale. My favorite one of my favorite Universal
1935.
movies. Yeah, but nobody cares.
Yeah.
Let's move
Yeah,
on.
it's
I was thinking the
It's a
same
very
thing.
obscure film that nobody's heard of.
I can
Mark.
see it in your face. Puff the Magic Dragon, you.
Go ahead.
Can I call
sitting
you?
in front of the
Can
Bride
I
of
call you
Frankenstein
Puff
poster.
from now on?
Yeah, you can call me Puff.
That's not
Puff,
annoying
Puff,
at
Pass.
all.
That's
Is
my
it?
new
All
nickname.
right, what's yours? What's your first one?
No, mine are so fucking easy. Then I didn't.
So are
well,
mine.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be fun.
I didn't.
Mine are
Number 1. All right.
Ah, Days of Confused.
too. Yeah.
Nice. Matthew
Yep.
McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
Very good.
I forget the character's name.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Just playing himself.
Yeah, that was his first movie, too.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
All right, so mine is it's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, a half pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses.
Oh, the Blues Brothers.
You got it.
Good one. Good one, Brian. Derek.
Oh, mine? Okay.
Well, yeah, you're next.
Gonna make him an offer he can't
Hey,
refuse.
all
Throw
right.
Mama from the train.
Bambi. No, that would
Island
be...
of Dr. Moreau.
Same actor.
That's the one, right? The
Al
little guy
Pacino.
says it.
Yeah.
The little Dominican guy. that he used to
plane,
bring
the
everywhere
plane.
with him. The little dude, right?
Oh, the little...
Yeah, the one that-
tiny,
The little guy. The
Dr.
little Dominican guy. I
Moreau.
forget his name.
Tiny
Vern
guy.
Troyer?
I don't.
He traveled around
Mark
with Pedro-
Twain. What?
I said Vern Troyer?
No.
No, he's
he
smaller
was even
than
younger.
that.
Younger. He was even littler.
Yeah.
Little-
That was
When-
minuscule Lister.
yeah.
When the Red Sox won the World Series in 04, Pedro Martinez brought that guy with him everywhere they went.
Come on.
Good luck,
Yeah.
charm.
Because he's Dominican, so he brought him. He was famous on the island, so he
okay.
brought
That
him
makes
everywhere,
sense.
Yeah.
everywhere they went.
He
they
probably
were
thought
there.
it was a leprechaun. Let's be honest.
He probably did.
Right. Where's me pot of gold? I don't know why Pedro would be Irish.
Won him a World Series because
Yeah.
he's from Boston.
Yeah.
From Boston.
Poncho O'Malley.
Mark, you're up again.
That is The Godfather. I don't
Yeah,
think we
yes,
actually
yes,
said
it
it.
is.
Marlon Brando, The Godfather.
Yes.
Very good. Good impression too.
Well, thank you.
Okay, number 2, round 2.
Fun what I can do.
Here we go. Oh, you're so cool, Brewster.
Oh,
It's
the
Evil
Fright
Ed
Night.
from Fright Night.
Well, you knew this was coming.
Yeah.
You know.
It was a subpar movie. No, I'm kidding.
Come here.
Derek's
Speaking
like,
of,
the
speaking
remake
of
is far
Godfather.
superior.
Speaking of Godfather, I'm going to Sonny Corleone your ass right now. You're Carlo. I'm fucking Sonny. I'm biting your hand and hitting you with a garbage can.
And introducing the Fredo to our... It's Derek Radar.
I know it was you.
You broke my heart. You broke my heart.
I want to switch it up then because
Okay.
I got one that
Yeah.
is
Oh, he's-
really random. So I was like, in case we had some runners ups,
Mm-hmm.
this is one that's I think my favorite fucking line of any movie, and it's you trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball
Major League?
from Major League.
Yeah.
Really?
Eddie
Gonna
says
say
it.
Major League.
Yeah, when Serrano's talking about
he-
how he
about-
can't hit the curveball
Because
and
of
he's
Joe
Jobu.
Boo.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He's like,
Yummy,
try
yummy,
praying to your
yummy,
Lord and
yumma.
Savior.
Fuck you, Joe Boo. I do it myself.
He's like, I like Jesus
You got no
very
fucking-
much.
You got no marbles.
But he help me hit curveball. He's like, you trying to say Jesus Christ can hit a curveball? I absolutely love that line.
Yeah.
That makes me smile every time I hear
He
it.
totally could. Good one.
That's what I'm saying. He could do anything.
Yeah.
He's fucking Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
my Lord and Savior.
Tito almost said it without
Thank you,
laughing.
Tina. All right. Next.
Okay, mine is, hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
The Princess,
Princess
Bride. Inconceivable. Good one.
I almost went with that one. I can see
That's
So many
another- I
good,
didn't even
so
say
many
All
good
right.
quotes from that movie.
I had to switch mine out because I had originally picked like quotes that I love that I quote all the time.
Yeah.
But so I'll save that for a rainy day.
Yeah,
It is raining outside now.
it really is.
All right. Good morning, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
The Truman Show.
Very good.
Oh, I never saw that.
Oh,
You
that
never did?
movie's
No,
awesome.
never saw it.
Such a good movie.
That's it. Yeah, that's fun.
Okay.
Good movie.
I didn't realize I liked it.
Round 3.
I love Jim Carrey until I saw that movie.
Oh, sorry. We're still coming.
Nah,
I didn't mean to
doesn't
interrupt you.
matter. I'm just fucking whatever. I'm just here.
Being Jesus.
Just thinking about Jesus Christ.
Okay. Round 3. Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
Oh, hey, he said the name of the movie.
Little
That's right,
Tokyo.
he did.
Hey, Godzilla.
Polanski's house.
Oh. Later. Yes, it's Chinatown.
yeah.
Very good.
I'm gonna go with this one because this one's fucking awesome. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Back to the future.
Nice.
Nice one.
It's another one of my favorite quotes.
Yeah. This one goes to 11.
Spinal Tap.
I was struggling to find the name of that movie.
Scout to 11.
Yeah, Spinal Tap.
Tito, having you on this show brought us to 11. We were already.
I
at
sure
10.
hope not.
We brought you brought us to 11.
Thank you.
Let's just take the compliment. I
Listen,
sure
get your
hope not.
fucking
You know,
nose out of
fucking
my ass, all right?
Jesus. Try to be nice.
Get your nose out of my ass because you love Jesus.
Next.
I just did
Oh,
that.
yeah, that's right, Derek.
I'm going to bring it back then. I'm going to do.
He's bringing it
another one.
back.
I'm bringing it back. No, that's not the quote.
Oh.
The pen is blue. The pen is blue. The goddamn pen is blue.
I don't know that one.
Wow.
Did I stump you?
Welcome to Stump the
I think
DJ.
you got him.
Boom.
I don't know.
If this mic wasn't attached to a mount, I would
You
drop it.
No, you wouldn't.
It was. No, I wouldn't. I'll give you a hint. It is the same actor that my last quote was.
Okay.
You know, when people say things, I
Oh,
instantly
liar,
forget.
liar.
You know,
Is it liar,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah.
I know, right.
The pen is
Yeah.
royal blue.
that's a good one. I haven't seen that movie in
I haven't
forever.
either.
So funny. I'm kicking my ass.
I've had better.
It was me. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Did
All
anybody
right.
have any runners up in case somebody had picked theirs, or was that pretty much it?
Get away from her, you bitch.
There's a good one.
That I almost went. I went with There's No Crying in Baseball.
That's another good
we
one.
got our own.
For me.
Yep, I had.
Major League. No.
It tied the whole room together.
Oh, the rug. Big Lebowski.
There you go.
I was
Yeah.
originally gonna go with either Shitter's Full
Oh, good one.
or
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Or-
See, Christmas is coming, Mark.
no metal wire hangers.
Oh,
yeah.
Joan Crawford.
Yeah.
I mean, not actual Joan Crawford.
Yeah.
Faye Dunaway.
Yeah,
Playing
Mommy
Joan.
Dearest.
Right. I had Wait Till They Get a Load of Me.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, Scarface.
In a way.
That's okay, mine.
Yeah.
You see what he has to work with here.
A more noticeable or easier one. Are you entertained?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good
Are
one.
you not entertained?
Yeah.
Not. Oh, I should have used that.
What, are you not entertained?
No, what you said before. The
You see what I have to. I know. Well, that's the thing. We always quote.
I know.
We always have these, and I wanted to stay away from
The ones
Star
that-
Wars
yeah.
and
Yeah.
Star Trek.
Yeah, I
like
didn't
the
wanna
stuff
do
that
any
I
Clue or-
quote all the time.
I say,
so I was-
let them crash.
And that one too, the airplane quote.
Which I think was in the last 3 episodes.
I think it was.
Now four.
I think it's time to retire that one too.
Someone take that out back and shoot it.
Yeah. Come on, old Yeller. We're going out behind the barn.
Was this because I erased your
Tito.
message? What?
That's what they did to old Yeller. Stormtroopers. That dog's still alive.
Lord.
Stormtroopers couldn't hit it.
But they have.
free, motherfuckers.
What's the quote? They have. They're really good at shooting stuff. That's what Obi-Wan Kenobi says.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He says,
Come on,
Luke,
you
they're
know
really
this.
good at
Yeah.
shooting
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
Too accurate
These
for
blast
sand
points,
people.
too accurate for sand people.
I
Only
like how-
Imperial troopers are
this-
so precise.
He was fucking pretending like you didn't know. You knew, Brian.
I
Come
told
on,
you, I was
man.
staying away from the Star Wars stuff.
You bummed me out a little bit. I was like,
I wanted to see if you would do it. I
Oh,
wanted to hear
Star
your Obi-Wan
Wars?
impression.
I don't like
I
Star
am
Wars.
terrible, Obi-Wan.
Let's
They're
hear your
good with the
Obi-Wan.
firing of the guns and things.
Is that what Obi-Wan
That's
said?
Bill Cosby as Obi-Wan
Okay,
Kenobi.
good. You got to use the Force, Luke.
They're good with the firing of the guns and the things. And
With the pew pew and the thing and the
plumes and the white helmets and the bumping their heads.
little Luke Skywalker every time we go
And the walking and the bumping of the heads and the Princess Leia. And
This is your father's lightsaber. You hit the switch here and you go zoom, zoom, zippity, zoom.
it's hotter than a pudding pop.
Get away from that kid, butt-chin alien. I'll cut your arm right off. Ah. Whatever his name is. You know it, butt-chin alien.
The
What
butt-chin
hell?
alien?
The butt-chin alien? Yeah.
Scott, I'm butt-chin guy. This is my brother.
All right, let's get the show.
I like when we have shows like these. I'm sure the listeners are geared up for this one.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love them.
Oh, yeah.
All
On to
right.
the main course.
On to the main course.
Feast.
Oh, yes, it's a beautiful duck. Yes, it really is. It's but you see, what? It's smiling at me. Okay? Beautiful. Yeah, yes.
That Christmas would live in our memories as the Christmas when we were introduced to Chinese turkey. All was right with the world.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mark.
Oh, sorry.
Start us
Sorry.
off.
Hey, why don't they just get out of the house? It's a question asked by many an audience when watching homeowners in a movie continuing to stick it out while their humble abode is being terrorized by supernatural forces.
Well, don't you see? These houses are gorgeous, Mark.
They
Haunted,
are.
but gorgeous. They probably
are.
cost a pretty penny.
Pretty penny, huh?
A very pretty penny. One that shines with all the glistening.
A
of the
penny or two.
The prettiest
A
of all
penny,
the
yes.
pennies.
Pretty penny.
Shut up and let me get through this.
Sorry.
Jesus. The haunted house genre is a tricky one. For if people continue to stay in their homes when the worst of ghosts and goblins strike, the audience will turn on the movie and dismiss it as ridiculous. After all, no rational human being would risk themselves or their family over a case of territoriality. But of course, if movies made sense, then they would be a lot shorter and less exciting. So you sort of have to take these movies at face value, pretend everyone is an idiot, and simply enjoy the show. Pretty much what you have to do for this show, now that I think about it. Then again, if done right, haunted house movies can be well thought out and thrilling, mainly giving people reasons as to why simply leaving their home and going to a motel is not an option. And then there's Poltergeist, a movie that sort of balances the line of both. At first, the family is reluctant to leave their home because they are rather taken by the otherworldly phenomena that has occurred in their home. Sure, we the audience know what's going to happen, so we yell and scream and judge like a Monday morning quarterback for them to get out, get out! But the paranormal action, being so whimsical at first, keeps them around. And then things go south very fast, and soon the family that could have left now cannot. Tobe Hooper and Stephen Spielberg craft a ghost story that, while head-scratching at times when it comes to rational human behavior, still delivers the goods in scares with a good cast and some chilling funhouse-style humor and horror. So for Jared Milson, we are taking a look at Poltergeist, and I promise you, we will not be leaving until this podcast is
Clean.
Was it clean or clear?
She says clean.
Clean.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
podcast.
I think it gets.
You're
clean.
thinking
It's
Cabin Boy
clean.
with Chris Elliott. These pipes are clear.
These pipes are clear.
No,
No, that's
these
clean,
pipes
too.
are clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm with you.
I think it's
clear,
one of
so
those
fuck
quotes
it.
like,
Fuck these guys.
frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
That gets like a little twisted a little.
A little Mandela going on here. Berenstein,
Yeah.
tomato.
It's not Luke, I am your father. It's
No, that's true.
I am your father.
I agree. Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
We know. We were just working off of that. Oh, excuse
It's a
me.
very organic night tonight.
Yeah.
So we are doing Poltergeist, and this is for
More like
friend
Plot
of the show.
Holegeist.
Plot Holegeist. This is for Jared Milson. Guys, opening thoughts before we dive into Poltergeist. Who would like to begin? Who began
Me?
last? Tito, you want to begin?
Yeah, why the hell not?
Well, there's no reason not to.
Who put the question marks on Tito's teleprompter? You know he'll read it.
What?
You know what? I haven't seen this movie in fucking over 20 years, probably.
Wow. Well, did you watch it for tonight?
I watched it
Okay.
yesterday. I watched it with my wife, actually. And I was like, I'm going to watch Poltergeist. And she thought I was going to be on. And I was like, it's only PG. It's fine. And I really liked it. I was really surprised that it was 2 hours long. I don't remember any movie back then being 2 hours long, except for like fucking Godfather.
It goes a lot long. After it's like she's taken.
Yeah.
It goes for a lot
There's
longer.
a bunch
than
of
I
stuff
thought.
happening.
I was surprised too
Yeah.
at the same thing.
Well, there's a lot. What I always assume, and again, I haven't seen this movie in so long, that there's actually some like build up to it, but everything happens right away.
Yeah.
Everything's just happening.
First scene. Really?
First scene right off the jump.
Yeah.
And I really like this film, especially because it kind of reminded me of my family. Because I just fall asleep in front of the TV, and my wife smokes a bunch of weed in bed, and and my kids are like in their rooms being loud and shit. I thought it was it's Tobe Hooper movie that Stephen Spielberg probably was like, no, I don't like that. Let's do it like this instead.
There is a lot of speculation as to
Yeah.
who actually directed this movie. Apparently, at the time, Spielberg was quoted to say he did most of the work. But after Tobe Hooper's demise, which was a few years ago, he kind of changed his story.
Okay.
So he apologized and
Started
said,
giving more credit to
actually,
Tobe.
Tobe
Oh, okay.
Hooper.
Hey,
and-
Steve, too little, too late.
Yeah.
Until the guy dies.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, classic guy.
Not throwing John Landis under a bus or anything, but
Spielberg doesn't like horror directors.
apparently
That's
not. Yeah, but there have been a lot of like fellow horror directors, people who visited the set and said Tobe was actually more hands-on, and it is a Tobe Hooper film, but definitely watered down. And there are a lot of spots in this movie where you know it was Spielberg.
I mean,
You
it's
can
like
just
E.T.,
tell.
man. This is fucking got E.T. all over it, which I kind of like. And I actually really, really enjoy I like Jo Beth Williams and Craig T. Nelson a lot as the parents in this film. And like to counter the point of like the irrational family, I actually think they like deal with life and the situation kind of how two normal parents might. Like once their daughter's taken, they're like, all right, well, we're definitely not going to go in that room ever again. But we can't leave the house just in case she comes back.
Right.
And then we got to kind of figure out a way to get her. And then even the points where like they send the son away, which you don't really need to see, but they like make a point of adding that. And I think like, oh, cool, they sent the kid with the dog to the grandma's house.
But I guess
And
people will
the
be asking
daughter's
questions
staying-
why the kid's not in the rest of the movie all of a sudden.
Yeah, maybe. But I feel like so many movies would easily do that. And people just kind of go with it. 'Cause they're probably not even thinking about the kid. Because there's so many scenes with him where he's almost getting killed.
Oh, yeah.
That poor bastard.
Yeah,
Oh,
so he hates
Robbie.
that
I know.
kid.
Robbie, you poor bastard.
Yeah. Every scene, his face is more cut up.
Yeah, but it just, and then Zelda Rubinstein is like, fuck, she should have been in more things.
Yeah.
And is probably one of the most badass women to come out of the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I'll
just
agree with that.
disappeared into nothing because she is so, she like commands the screen when she's on it.
Yeah.
And she's very interesting and she can be like funny and really creepy at the same time. If I was 8, I'd probably be terrified of her.
Yeah.
But if I met her today, I'd probably want her to be my best friend.
There's a line that she says in it, and I can't remember what it was, but it was like I remember laughing out loud, and it was like such a dry delivery.
Oh, is it like, you're right? You should do it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
Well, and then there's the one
like
where
the timing for that.
where Craig T. Nelson's kind of fucking with her. He's trying to answer her with his mind.
Yes.
And then she's up at the top of the stairs and she says, I did hear you. I just don't like trick questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I loved it. And
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it in forever, and it was like really refreshing to see
Yeah.
a movie from so long ago that I hadn't seen that I just really enjoyed.
Cool.
Yep.
Brian.
Same. Like Tito, I hadn't seen this movie in I don't know how long. I watched it 2 nights ago. And I was surprised too that I guess I remembered it differently where like I thought the climax of the movie was them getting Carol Ann back, and I forgot that all that stuff happened after they got her back through the ceiling. And I just thought it was like refreshing because I was like, oh, it's not over. You know, it's going on, and there's even more stuff. The spooky activity just ramps up, and it was a really good ride. I liked it, and for a PG-13 movie, it was pretty gross. I mean, a PG movie, not even 13.
yeah.
It was way before 13.
Well, it's pre like Raiders, right?
Right.
Oh, no.
Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
And you know that scene where the guy's like ripping his face off, and like all the like the steak that like it crawls
Bursts
across the
into-
counter and then
yeah.
bursts open, and then there's maggots all over his chicken that he's eating, and I'm like, it was just gross, and it's definitely out of the realm of a PG movie. But that's what made it even more cooler because I remember being a kid and seeing this and being like, oh my god, I had never seen anything like that in a PG movie before, and loving it. And this movie, like you mentioned, E.T., came out like months apart from E.T. Spielberg was working on both movies at the same time.
Which is why they wanted to water it down a bit, too.
Yeah.
So they could show them around the
Spielberg
same
wanted to
time.
do this one as a double bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was like his dark bookend to E.T. So I like it. It was always a favorite of mine. But unfortunately, it's not one that I revisit a lot.
Same.
So
Same.
I like it.
Derek.
I was terrified of it as a kid. I remember being like just genuinely scared, and rewatching it, I could see why. Definitely the things that you mentioned, and even just like the performances, the girl, is so creepy. You know, like just the way that she's so innocent about it, and
Heather O'Rourke.
yeah, and it's been like
Carol
parodied,
Ann.
and it's been parodied like a lot.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, the way
Yeah, yeah.
her talking to the TV and everything. But like rewatching it, I was like, wow, you know, it is definitely creepy.
Mm-hmm.
But then I got distracted by like there was just so many plot holes, and just like the fact that not even just adult stuff, not even the humans like not leaving the house. I could deal with that. The whole idea of the poltergeists like playing with the family, with like moving the chair and then moving her, and like so like she's experimenting with this. I feel like no, if a poltergeist is like a malevolent, ghost, they're not gonna do what you want them to do. They're not gonna be like, oh, sure, you know, we'll do all your parlor tricks and show your husband what fun we are.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, if it lulls them into a false sense of security, though.
Well, that too.
That's
I don't
sort
think,
of mischievous.
I don't think all of them are evil, because I think it's like because
really it's
the
the big-
preacher is the one that's holding like everybody else there, and you know some of them might want to have fun. But when I saw this movie for the first time, I thought the thing where, you know, she's got the floor all marked out with, this is the starting point and this is the end point where the stuff moves across the floor, and it happens every single time. I thought that was like some like natural residual thing from the portal, because they said it was like a nexus point in the house. So I thought that maybe this was some kind of residual thing where, like, you know,
maybe.
You know, it's kind of like gravitational forces are altered because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, might not have been the poltergeist at all. The the chair stacking part probably was, but I don't know about, you know, the.
Oh, it was assumed it was the more playful ones because it's
and that,
described as
then
like,
that could be
now
it
that you
too.
say that, I forgot.
them having a connection to her,
because it's called Poltergeist, not Poltergeists. You know, I'm just saying.
Yeah, stupid.
Huh? No.
Sorry.
And they showed like how many freaking ghosts coming down those stairs at that point.
There's
you
so
know?
many. They're all drawn to her for some.
because she
way,
was one that
and
was born in the house.
Right.
She was the first one born in that house.
And she does say they're here.
Yeah.
They're.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? When I for years I always imagined the small girl as being this very creepy character to me, but rewatching it the other night, I watched it 2 nights ago too.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is the fucking cutest kid
Yeah,
I've
she
ever
really
seen in
is.
my life. Everything is great.
You know the funny
oh my
thing
God,
is,
save her.
I'm watching her and I'm like, whoever did the casting, and I don't know if it was Spielberg that picked her out, like, she looks exactly like the kid that played the little boy in Close Encounters, but with like a blonde wig. Like, they could be brother and sister.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at the face, I'm like, holy shit, it's whatever that kid's name was in that movie.
I don't remember.
You know?
It's a shared Spielbergio verse.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I mean, I've always said that it didn't need it holds up. It still holds up.
I agree.
Even like all the effects, like, you don't need to remake this movie. So that for them to have remade it was stupid, and I never saw it. I never will. It's up there with Avatar. And,
You are not missing anything.
but yeah, I mean, I was just a little distracted with like all the you know, oh well, why not this, or that doesn't make any sense, that kind of thing. But overall, still a good movie. Still holds up.
Cool. Yeah, I agree with you. I think the movie still does hold up. It's not one I revisit often, but when I watch it, I enjoy it. I like the cast, the effects. You know, some of them are a little outdated, but they're still fun to watch. I love them. They're fun to laugh at. The guy peeling off his face used to freak me out when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And they featured that in that documentary we watched, right?
Yeah.
Into the Darkness.
Yeah, they talk all about that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a great movie, and it's fun to watch those effects. If I have a problem with anything, is that movie ends before it ends. Like when Zelda Rubinstein pulls the Joe Beth Williams pull Carol Ann back. That should have been the end of the movie. And Zelda Rubinstein goes to the camera and says, "This house is clear or clean or whatever." I mean,
you lied,
that's
Zelda.
the end.
You
Like,
lied.
because then it goes on and it's like, well, this woman did nothing because now they're still terrorized.
Yeah.
The clown comes
Well,
after.
she did help to get
She
Carol
got all
Ann
the
back.
other spirits
She
out.
did, but
Yeah.
she didn't really do a
That's her
good
back,
job
but-
cleaning
Yeah.
up.
She
That's
didn't get
like
the
that's like an
poltergeist, though.
exterminator
Yeah.
coming in, squashing one spider, but leaving the nest and then leaving. It's
So
like,
I see that as a result of Craig T. Nelson not listening to her.
Right.
well, maybe.
Like she's like, no, not yet, and
Yeah.
he's like, oh,
Yeah,
if
he's
you
like,
want
oh,
to
fuck
save him,
that,
so
yeah.
he does.
Maybe.
So he like
Yeah.
kind of fucking, and she's like, oh, I guess
it's
we did
Coach's
it.
fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, but constructing the story-wise, it would have been better if all that creepy stuff that came after was before. It would have been more of a build-up because,
Yeah.
like you guys say, it jumps right into the action.
Yeah.
And Carol Ann gets sucked into the closet right away.
Yeah.
And I guess originally why it was filmed that way was she was supposed to die and then spend the
Really?
rest of the movie haunting them. That
Oh,
was,
I did read
yeah.
that.
That
Yes.
was a
Okay.
darker
That's-
version.
yeah,
And
that's-
Yeah.
Spielberg stepped in and said,
Darker.
no, I'm
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg. I'm cuddly. That's not
Yeah,
happening.
yeah. We're not killing kids.
Exactly. That's like,
Not up in
Yeah.
here.
yeah, and Tobe
Yep.
Hooper said,
Yep. not in the summer of ET. We're not.
no. And Tobe Hooper said, you watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? You hired me because you said you liked that movie.
Yeah.
But I don't think you actually watched it, Steve, is probably what he said. Anyway, if all that had come before This House is Clear, I think, story, it would have been better. That's just such a good ending, but it's not the ending. And then everything else, as great as it is and iconic as it is with the clown, just kind of feels like it's just tacked on after to kind of push the running time of it.
Yeah,
That's how I always felt about it.
On a first time watch, I think maybe it makes a little more sense. But the whole time I was watching the movie, and then it got to that point, and I was like, oh, it's over. What? When's the clown?
Mm-hmm.
Get Robbie.
Yeah, I
was
totally,
so
I totally
confused.
thought the clown
Right.
was
I was so
earlier in the
confused.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, it's not over.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it keeps going. And I actually do like it. And I like that they all get away and they go to a motel.
Yeah.
I absolutely.
There is that.
I
That sounds
totally-
great, and
that
they
is
push the
cool.
TV out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally
I was like,
forgot
not
about
again.
Absolutely forgot
Not
all about
again.
that
Yep.
scene.
Yep.
And when it happens, I'm like, no, this can't be the end of the movie. This is not what I remember. It's grander, something big, and and then they just end up at the motel. And
But
you're
you
like,
still
oh,
could
this
have
is
put
kinda
that
cool.
in there. You could have put that in there.
I feel like
after
that's
the
the
end.
Tobe
With the
Hooper
motel.
A little
Yeah,
stinger.
yeah,
Totally.
yeah, it's awesome.
It still worked. But anyway, that's a minor gripe. It's still enjoyable. It's still a fun house of a movie, and I do like it. Shall we run through it? Do you want to run through this?
Yeah, we'll do a quick-
Okay, a quick
Do a
synopsis.
quick, as the Get Your Shine Box guy says, a nice tight 5 minutes.
I just heard their Top Gun episode today.
Oh, I gotta listen to it.
Shout out
I'm gonna listen to that one tomorrow.
Get Your Shine Box. Those guys are hilarious.
They are.
All right, let's see. I'm doing this Wikipedia style because
Derek, are we keeping you up?
We are.
we're okay. We're making this quick synopsis.
5 minutes, Derek. You can make it.
All right.
Sorry, Jared. Actually, Jared likes the shows to be quicker, so we're
all right.
doing him a favor.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the rest of our listeners?
I don't know, but this is for him. Our other
Well, he-
listeners had their chance.
You can shut it off after half an hour.
They had their chance, and nature selected them.
All right, so we have Steve and Diane Freeling. They live in California in a planned community. Steven's a real estate agent, and Diane's basically a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids. You've got Dana, Robbie, and Carol Ann.
Secrets.
I don't know.
Huh? No, nothing. I was just. We were
This is
looking
no
at
time to look at porn.
Scary.
Scary.
No, it's just we were talking about the quote is actually this house is clean.
Oh, thank you. You could share that with
Yeah.
us. Totally.
I
I
was
want to
gonna
get it
wait,
right. I don't want all the people yelling at us saying, you're saying it wrong. So one night, everybody is sleeping, and the television set ends with the national anthem. And
As they used to do.
As
Dude,
they
you
used to
remember
do.
that when
They
he
don't
used to
do it
tell you that
anymore.
TV was
Yep.
done and
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
time to
yes.
go to fucking bed?
Thank you.
go to bed.
We are
Go to
now
bed.
done with our
Yeah.
broadcast day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Go to sleep.
Yeah.
Well,
And
there
then
was
there
no
was
QVC.
no-
Yeah, right.
Old
Yeah.
reruns.
Yeah,
That was fucking anything.
No
Yeah.
Nick at
Yeah.
Night. No,
no 1-900 numbers. The
Yeah.
party hotline.
I miss that feeling of just like, I'll watch anything at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know?
Oh, look, the
Miss
farm
Cleo
report.
commercial. Yeah, like,
Call me now
Yeah,
for your
should I?
rereading.
should I risk this ass whooping
That's
to
it.
call
That's
a
it. That's
fucking
the daddy.
1-900 number? Should I risk my mom finding out about this? I don't know.
Welcome to the party line.
Yeah, right.
Oh, God.
Hot girls in your area.
Those were a riot.
I'm waiting by the phone now.
And no, but in those days, the TV did end, and that's the only way the Poltergeists could communicate with Carol Ann. Had it been an all-night channel, I don't know if they could still talk to her while over a Ron Popeil set it and forget it infomercial or anything. Just set it and join us. What? That's not the word. Call me now.
I want one of those.
So she starts talking to the TV. Craig T. Nelson's,
Waking up.
sleeping. He wakes up, and the family, they all come downstairs because Carol Ann's yelling at the TV,
Yeah.
and they're all wondering what the hell she's talking to.
Because
And
the voices go away and she's screaming at them to
I don't
come
know.
back.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So now it's the following morning, and Craig T. Nelson, everybody's getting ready for work, school. We have the construction of the pool with
That's
some
right.
of the sleaziest construction
Sonny
workers.
Langham, fucking Billy from Predator. That's
Yeah.
the guy. That's
Is it?
Yeah, that's fucking Sonny Langham. Yeah, Billy.
Really?
Yeah, Billy from Predator.
No shit.
I
He's
one of
never
the
realized
dudes.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Is
He's
he
like-
one of the ones that's leering at what's her
Is he
name?
the
Yeah.
one who's
Yeah,
with the
he's like-
mother with the mother watching and
Yeah.
thinking
She's
it's a
just
riot?
like
Yeah.
rooting her on. Yeah,
Yeah.
I miss the 80s.
Oh, that's-
Where a daughter could be a slut, and
Yeah.
every night in the neighborhood where the neighbor
But she
next
gets to
door
look
with
like
the with the
FU.
remote.
Oh, yeah.
The remote. The thing with the remotes. The two neighbors.
The
him and
battle,
his
the
neighbor,
football
yeah.
game, and the
It's a
Oh,
brick
that's
with
right.
three buttons on
I
it.
remember those remotes. It was
Yeah.
like one button.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
right.
And it was enormous.
Yeah.
And it's like all the battery power it needed.
exactly.
It was good for 3
It
days.
looked like a garage door opener.
Yeah,
It was like an oversized garage door
Yeah.
opener.
and it had like a metal grill in the front of it too, like it was the front of a car.
I skipped that whole thing. I'm sorry. I moved on to day 2. Day 1 is with the guy riding the kid's bike. I don't know why no one had a
Oh,
car.
I know.
And he's
Oh,
carrying-
that was a-
delivering the food, right?
Yeah, that was a total
Yeah.
Spielberg.
Yeah,
thing.
and then he,
that was
like,
total Spielberg.
And totally
Then he runs into
stupid.
the house to join them watching football,
Yeah,
and
all
the kid's still
beer
spraying
is
all over.
falling
Spraying
all over the
everywhere,
fucking
like-
road. There are these like 4 or 5 Village of the Damned kids playing with these remote,
Oh,
basically causing him to fall over.
Yeah.
They're giggling.
Well,
like,
it serves him right for carrying a case of beer on a
a
BMX
BMX.
bike.
I know. Like, did nobody
Like-
have a car? There were like 6 or
Well,
7 guys there.
All right,
like,
put this together. He's got a case of beer. He's riding a bike. He's obviously been busted for a DUI. He can't drive a car.
There you go. There you go.
The whole time I was like, are those tires flat? Why is it going so fucking slow? I've never seen anyone ride a bike that slowly in my life.
Oh, it's a painful scene to watch. I don't feel bad for the guy. I laugh at him.
No,
'cause
I
it's
know.
comical and
It's-
stupid.
It is.
Yeah,
it's
it's
more
ridiculous.
stupid than
And
comical.
nobody helps him. Again,
Yeah.
No.
6 or 7 guys.
They
there.
shouldn't.
No one comes out and
He,
helps him.
he comes in spraying
Are they
beer
gonna
all
drink
over
his-
everybody.
Yeah, but they're going to drink his beer, though. They
Are
should
they?
know.
It's
Not
going
anymore.
everywhere. What are they going to do? Suck it out of the rug?
Not for at least an hour. They have to wait for it to settle because it just fell.
And I didn't know this was a thing that you could share your cable connection to a neighbor and click someone else's TV.
I don't know
I
if it
use
was
the term
cable.
cable loosely.
Yeah,
it
wasn't cable.
Yeah.
Or the antenna or
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
connection.
All you're
was.
doing is changing the channel. It's like
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was just that their TVs were so close.
Yeah.
In proximity.
yeah, move your set, Bob.
Each of the controllers
Move your
controlled
own.
both of them. Yeah.
Yes.
So
frequency.
So they're trying
Yeah.
to watch a football game, and the neighbor, who is the lawyer from Kentucky Fried Movie with the dildo on his head, which is the only thing I can. I've seen that guy on like
Yeah.
fucking Night Court,
Yeah.
Barney Miller, big TV actor.
Oh,
but
he
the
was
one
a
thing I remember
big
him
character
for
actor from that age.
is fucking Kentucky Fried Movie when he has the dildo and he's going, "We mean no harm to your planet." So that's all I know him as, dildo guy.
That's his name, in fact, Dildo Guy.
Yeah, it's Swedish. So he wants to watch Mr. Rogers, and they're trying to watch a football game. And this banter goes on for like
Longer than it
5 or
should.
10 minutes. And meanwhile, Carol Ann's goldfish dies.
Yeah.
And,
no, the
the bird.
parakeet.
The bird, not the
Tweety.
Oh, they want to get a
Tweety.
goldfish.
She wants a goldfish
Yeah.
after they bury
so
the bird.
the bird dies, and the mom tries to flush it, and Caroline.
And Caroline sees her and
I always
says,
call her
"No."
Caroline, and it's not.
Caroline.
It's Caroline. It's Caroline. right?
into the light, Caroline.
This is so weird. As I was watching that dead bird scene, it was just like, this is playing out so weird. Who the fuck wrote this? Like she
Spielberg.
flushes the toilet and then is about to
Oh, I
dump
know.
Yeah.
the bird in. Everything's like backwards.
So slow.
yeah,
too.
she's like, "Are you gonna catch me yet?" Or
And I'm pretty sure that would clog. You don't flush birds.
don't flush birds.
Fish,
Fish.
yes, but not
And
if you're gonna
booze.
flush a bird, at least flush the fucking bird.
You
Like,
can
what are we
you can
doing?
flush a coat.
Yeah.
You got to start with the sleeve first.
And then it just-
you got to maybe hit that handle a couple of times. It'll take it.
once it catches that corner, it's off.
That's it.
It's gone.
That's it. The toilet just says, "I got it." Who's you?
I
By the
feel
way,
like
that's an old
it
Cosby
was-
routine. Yeah.
I feel like this was a Tobe Hooper part. That's what I think.
Yeah, you think
It's
so?
a little sadistic and a little odd, like Tito said, and you know, she
And she's
smells
talking-
funny. Rub flowers on it or whatever. the
So
hell
that
she
I kind of liked.
Yeah.
Yeah, how they
but
like
that's
Barry and stuff.
that's more of a Tobe Hooper
for
kind of thing.
for at nighttime.
Mm-hmm. And they have this little funeral for her,
Yeah.
and then right away, like a kid, can we get a
Yeah,
goldfish?
the box smells funny. It's because she uses her weed box.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tweety doesn't like the smell. It's because it held pot for like 5 minutes before that.
Tweety's gonna love that smell pretty
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah,
Watch a little
Tweety's
Pink,
gonna be high again.
Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon. Tweety's gonna love it. Tweety's up in heaven right now watching Eraserhead. So now they cut to her overfeeding a goldfish. I rewatched this with my daughter Emily, and she says, "Why would you let the kid who can't take care of a bird take care of feeding the goldfish?" And I said, "Well, parents were different in the 80s,
hate these
honey."
pets.
I know. She's turning them into like little breaded cutlets.
It was like 73 cents a goldfish.
Oh, yeah.
And where do we go from here? Where do we go from this point?
Down.
We're going down.
Yeah. Is it night two?
It's night
so
two.
night two, and then she
Right. Well, is this the first night where they talk about the thunderstorm and
they all get scared. They end
Yeah.
up in the same bed.
right?
Yeah.
Robbie.
And
is
that's
told
when
about
the
counting
bedroom TV shoots that thing into the wall,
Yes,
right?
right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the "they're here" line.
Yep.
Yes.
Right. They all get
Yeah.
awoken. They think it's an earthquake.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And they go to to Dildo Man's house and ask if he felt the earthquake or whatever.
And
Yeah.
clearly they're high when they do so. 'Cause they
Yeah.
start
They're giggling.
Yeah, and I guess now, is his fat little son there?
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
both immune to
The
mosquitoes, apparently.
The idiot. Yeah.
The idiot.
I don't think
Does
I've
he
ever been
call
bitten
him
by a mosquito.
Pugsley? Because somebody in
No.
Poltergeist is named Pugsley.
Yes, but it's not him.
It's not him.
No, Pugsley is one of the construction workers.
Okay, he was
Pugsley-
murdered.
He was murdered.
He was murdered. And I
That's
thought
he's
it was
another one of
little
the
kid.
poltergeist curse.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering
Wrong
if we were
thing.
going to talk about it.
Yeah, we'll get to it later.
We'll mention
Yeah.
it. I don't want to go too much into it. Everybody
Yeah.
talks about it. I'd rather
Yeah.
talk about
Oh,
that.
curses are fun. I don't know this
But
one.
Yeah.
you don't know the one
don't know
about
this
you don't know
one?
the Poltergeist curse? Never.
geez.
Okay.
All right,
All
we'll
right.
get
Well, I
to
guess
it.
we are going to
We're gonna
talk a
talk
little
about
about
it.
it.
But no, Pugsley's the construction worker who's eating tasting the spaghetti sauce and drinking her
Oh,
coffee.
yeah. What
You
a
make
goodie.
really good coffee.
Oh, yeah.
This mom is.
But she calls
not
him
bothered.
Bruno.
Yeah.
So I don't know what.
I thought it was Bluto.
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 That's it,
Bluto.
Bluto. She
It's
calls
like,
him
oh, he's
Bluto.
Popeye reference.
But he's listed as because I was reading the trivia about it, and they said that I don't know why she calls him Bluto because he's listed as Pugsley.
Hey, what are you talking about there, Joe Pal?
You're drinking my
Come
coffee.
over here, bitch. And Creighton Nelson can't help you now.
We don't talk about Blue.
We don't talk about Bluto or Bruno
It's
because he's a pig.
Dude, I Joe Beth Williams, I freaking love her.
Oh, shot.
I love her in
Yeah.
this
I
movie.
do too.
Everything she does is great.
Agreed. Yep.
I have no issues with anything that's happening while she's on screen. I love her so much.
Yep.
I had no idea how much I love Joe Beth Williams.
Until you rewatch this
And I
movie.
was watching this movie, I was like, man,
Yeah.
she's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now I got to rewatch the
I
movie
wanna be
Teachers
Craig-
with Nick
yeah,
Nolte.
I want to be Craig T. Nelson. That's what I was thinking the whole time she was on screen. I was like, I want to be you.
I want to
Well,
get high with her.
I kind
Yeah,
of did
fuck yeah.
before. I mean, I definitely now, but I always kind of wanted to be Craig T. Nelson. Who didn't?
You want to be coach?
Who didn't
Yeah.
want to be
Yeah,
coach?
hang out
No,
with
no,
Jerry Van Dyke and,
And Fargenbarger. Whatever. The guy that played Patrick on.
True Beverly Hills? No? Anyone? No? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shelley
Look at
Long's
this film.
Beau in that movie, I believe. Buck.
He's the husband.
He's the husband. Beau.
Yeah, that
His
they're
beau.
having,
Her beau. Somebody's beau. T-Beau.
Is it Bill Fagerbaki?
Feuerbach.
Take that back.
Yeah, Bill
He was, also,
Fagerbaki.
he was also one of the gargoyles on Gargoyles.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, was he
I believe
Broadway?
in Broadway, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But
See what
he's
you
no
learned?
Joe Beth Williams.
He's
I'll
no-
tell you that much.
No. But, yeah. Everything's better with Joe
He's
Beth.
good,
Yep.
but I don't want to do him.
No. I just want to spend time with her.
Yeah,
She
that's
is
what
You
they
know,
call
I just
it,
want to
yeah.
fucking hang out with her.
Yeah, man, she's high.
She's very hip.
Constantly, so you guys could smoke weed in bed together.
Dude, she's
and
wearing like a white
you
get up.
could-
It's
yeah.
very hip.
You
She's-
could sit there with your
she's
shirt
very
off,
hip.
reading a book about Ronald Reagan for whatever reason.
You know-
God. Yeah.
You know what? That's another thing. I think
That's
the nostalgia
that
of this movie is
that
what
was
made me like
purposely
it so
a
much.
political stab, by the way. That was a little nod to what was happening in the 80s.
So
at the time.
what I found most
Okay.
interesting about that scene is that they're sitting in bed, she's smoking weed, and he's reading a book about Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, but he's not really reading it, though. If you watch him, he's got it out, but he's looking up at the TV the whole time, watching a Spencer Tracy movie about him being dead. I can't remember the name.
A man named Joe.
Yeah, but why pretend for his wife?
To look good.
But
Look, honey, I'm a Republican.
No, I don't know.
You never pretended to read in front of your wife? Or...
No, hell no. Why
Neither
would
have
I
I.
do
No. I don't know. But you're not Craig T. And you're
I
not
pretend
with
I'm
Joe
listening, but I don't pretend I'm reading.
Yeah, but if it was... Yeah.
Never
We all
slipped
do
a
that, Tito.
never slipped a copy of Swank in with a Maxim.
Do you think that's what he has in there?
A little less dirty.
And then she asks you why the book is upside down, Derek.
Why are you reading Maxim? I'm not. I'm reading porn. It's just hidden.
What's creepy is it's naked pictures of Nancy Reagan that he's looking at.
Whoa.
Well.
Just say yes.
Well, I saw that Poltergeist movie. The guy from Coach was reading my book, and I hope he enjoyed it. Pass the jelly beans. Yeah.
Oh, I like the idea that they're just like regular people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before it was like, because I feel like if somebody watches this movie now, they're like, oh, Republicans, because I feel like there could be, I don't know, whatever, liberal people, but they're just like regular people.
Yeah.
He's
Regular
reading
Republican.
Reagan's
Yeah.
book. She's
Smoking
getting
pot,
high.
Yeah.
They're just enjoying each other in a bedroom.
They sure are.
I really like this
In a
movie.
clean way.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but I really liked
You're
this
very
movie.
taken by
Yeah. I was.
I'm not gonna shit
I
on
enjoyed
that.
every minute of
There
it.
you go.
You can shit on it. I'm just
I'm
gonna
not
tell
going to
you,
shit
Joe-
on it. No, because I agree. I'd shit on
Oh,
it if I thought you were dumb.
Oh, that's fair.
There you go.
All
No,
right.
but I do agree
Are you
with
saying you enjoyed the entire movie or just the parts that Joe Beth is in?
She's in a lot of them.
It's her house, man.
Well,
It's
here's
her
the
house.
thing. Then Zelda shows up, and I'm like, damn, Zelda's badass. I want Joe
I want
Beth.
a team up. I want a buddy cop
Joe
movie
Beth
with
Zelda.
Joe Beth and Zelda.
Exactly. I want Turner and Hooch, but Zelda's the dog, and Joe Beth is Tom Hanks.
I thought you were going in the three-way direction, man, for a minute. I really did.
Oh, Tito went in a whole other
I
direction.
want, that's what I want.
Oh
This
my God.
Tito is clear.
I want him like
No,
crack
he's
his
not.
skulls.
He's not clean.
All right,
You want
all right.
them? You want them cracking skulls? Okay,
So
where do we
5
go
minutes.
from here?
So
Yeah,
5 minutes.
Let's go to
The
tight
end.
five. Tight five.
All right. So yeah, night
got
two.
4 minutes
night
left.
two happens. We go the next day. The construction workers. There's breakfast. The Trey T. Nelson goes off to work.
Yep.
The kids
the,
are.
the pool is being dug
pool
in the
is being
backyard.
dug.
That morning, the glass breaks in
Right.
the kid's hand, and he sees that his spoon is
Yep.
Oh yeah, Ben.
bent. There is no spoon.
Yeah.
There wasn't
what
that
he needs
movie.
to realize.
There was.
But
And it's just
Joe Beth.
what was her name
and
in the freaking
Joe
Carol
Beth
Ann.
and Carol Ann.
No, Carol Ann, and what was Joe Beth's name in the movie? I just had it.
Diane.
Diane and Carol Ann are alone.
They're in the kitchen. She's on the
Cleaning up. Yep.
Carol Ann's sitting on the counter, and she goes to go like grab trash bags or something under the cabinet, and
Something
she pops
domestic.
up. Boom!
Yeah.
Stacked chairs on a
Well,
table.
the chairs at first was she pushes the chairs and goes and does something, comes back and the chairs are all pulled out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she said,
Oh, she keeps yelling at the
Yeah.
kids.
Carolyn,
yeah.
did you-
How many
did you
times
do
have I
this?
told you
Yeah.
to push the chairs in?
yeah, no,
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
And then
Carol Ann is
goes-
staring right at the little TV they got on the counter,
Right.
like
Yeah.
waiting
Right.
for more voices. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
and then the mom fixes the chairs, she turns away.
Yeah,
A
she
normal
goes back.
librarian would never stack books this way.
No, that's true. No human being.
No human being. would stack books this way.
Yeah, she goes to the cupboard to get
It was
cleaning
a
they're
sponge
all
migration.
supplies.
stacked miraculously on top of the table.
Yeah, and that's when you
And
cue
she-
that creepy music.
yeah.
And she's amazed.
She's fascinated.
fascinated.
She
She's
starts
not scared.
asking, and she's realizing that like what Carol Ann was saying was happening is
Yeah.
actually true.
Now,
And
Because
so
she
she
says,
starts
"Is it
asking
the
her-
TV people?"
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she says, "Can you see them?" And she said, Carol Ann says no. And then Carol Ann asks her mom, "Can you?" And she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, okay. So mom's in on it now." And do you see them? Because I can't see them. I'm just hearing these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
and
They're
that's
just saying shit.
that's when you take your kid
Yeah.
and call your husband and say, "Honey, we are moving right now."
No, she's
But she's
she's probably been smoking all
smoking
morning.
so much weed.
She's
Oh,
so
they're so
laid
fun.
back
They're just
and-
stacking chairs and fucking having fun.
Would you stay in a house if you saw a pile of chairs randomly stacked on your table?
No, I would. I
Right
would knock my
after
wife
you-
over and run straight through the
There
door.
you-
And
you-
fucking, I would
there
George
you go.
Costanza the hell out of that situation.
That's what you should do. But again, it's a movie. We got to forgive it.
We're getting out of here.
Get out of here. Not on my watch.
Honey, grab your ranking book and run.
It's like that. Was it that Eddie Murphy routine where he talks about like the difference between white people and black people in a haunted
Oh,
house?
I've seen that. Yeah, but that was the Amityville. He's talking about black people go in the house. Get out!
Yeah,
I'm out of here.
well, too bad we can't stay.
Yep.
White people be like, "Oh, what's that?"
That's true. No.
Black people in the house. Oh, look at this. This is a beautiful house. Beautiful house. Get out! Oh, too bad we can't stay.
That's all I'm saying. But no, she doesn't. She doesn't leave.
shit.
She's fascinated by this, and not only that. So we cut to Craig T. Nelson showing a little bit of his skills as a realtor. He's showing a couple of houses.
Not only is he a realtor, but he
got the first
sells
house, right?
the place that he's living in. He's like the main guy that
He's the realtor.
He's
Yeah.
this
He,
development.
yeah.
He's the
'cause his
face
boss-
of that community.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
boss later tells him that he's the one that sold like almost 50% of all the houses in this community. We can't afford to lose you.
Yeah.
He thinks because he loses so much work towards the end of the movie that the boss thinks he's looking for another job or something. And that's why he said, "No, you can have
offers
this
him another house.
picture a big house up here, and what about this cemetery? Oh, we've done it before." I'm getting ahead of
We're
it.
getting ahead.
I am.
His boss was James Cameron.
Yeah.
Yeah,
James Cameron
From,
of Return of the Living Dead.
That's right.
Various other things. Who received a lot of hate mail
After this,
blaming him for the ghosts and building the house on the cemetery, as if James Cameron.
What's wrong with you? Why'd you put that house there?
You know what? I'm looking at the trivia right now, Mark,
Yeah.
and it right there it says James Cameron at the time was also the commercial spokesman for the Pathmark supermarket.
That's what it
chain.
was. Yeah.
And he received a lot of hate mail from people saying that they would never shop there again because of the way his character treated the Freelings.
Yeah.
Let me guess where those
like
people
kings.
lived. Where those people were from.
Who?
These people
people
are,
that
people
think
are
like that,
really
yeah.
people are really stupid.
I
Some
saw it in
people
a
are
movie.
really
It's real. That's a
Yeah.
documentary, that Poltergeist movie.
Nobody listening to this show, of course.
No,
But some people are really dumb. So Craig T. Nelson returns
Comes home.
and Joe Beth pulls him in and says, "You got to see this. You got to see this." And he's like, "But I gotta fix the trash cans. Never mind the trash cans, you asshole. Come see this." And shows him what you were talking
The
about.
chair moving
the
across,
chair
and then they
moving
put Carol
across.
Ann on the floor.
Yeah.
With a
And she's
football
so cute
helmet.
because they put the football helmet on her.
Adorable.
Yeah.
Well, what's cute is she's hungry. She's over this.
She wants pizza.
She's done.
Yeah.
Can I do another thing?
Oh,
Because
it's
right when they're doing this, there's
Yeah,
a weird...
the Pizza Hut
The
thing.
Pizza Hut
Yep,
thing. Did
yeah.
you know? I never noticed the weird cut
I
before.
found out about this too.
So it says when this scene happens. Hold on, I just had it. There's a jump cut from the scene when Diana is explaining to Stephen about the feeling that you get when you're being pulled across the floor.
Yep.
And then the scene jumps when she's speaking mid-sentence to the scene where they're on the neighbor's doorstep.
Right, so that's when they go.
And
to the
again,
neighbors.
that's in mid-sentence.
That is.
Yes.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And I didn't notice that any time until I watched it the other night. And it says the reason for that weird cut was because in the original scene, Carol Ann wants pizza, but Steven says how much he hates Pizza Hut. And the scene was edited rather crudely after Pizza Hut took offense. Because
that was like
they didn't want to
after
miss
the
out on that
fact?
Pizza Hut
Yeah,
money.
Interesting.
Yeah, Pizza Hut also thought that that guy built those houses on Halloween.
The Noid?
Yeah.
The Noid built the house?
Noid. My
that
house
Domino's?
is haunted
Was
by
that
the Noid.
Domino's or
It was
Pizza
Pizza,
Hut?
Hut
He
employees
spoils pizzas.
who went after.
I can't do Marge as good as you.
Remember
that?
they were
Remember
doing
she
Jar Jar Binks.
No.
Jar Jar
Pizza
Binks
spoils
has been
a
doing.
pizza.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember
no, I
talking
don't
about the Noid?
He spoils pizza.
I remember that
I
episode.
don't remember that one.
Yeah.
Trying to
Good thing
explain who
I'm-
the
Good
Noid
thing
was to
I'm
Bart and
rewatching that
Maggie.
show soon. Did Pizza Hut also take offense to Pizza the Hut?
Yeah, I
from
don't know.
Spaceballs.
Probably.
Yeah, just a few
Because
years
of that.
later.
Yeah,
That's the reason
I'm
they're not in
wondering.
business anymore.
They're pretty sensitive.
Yeah.
And then, well, the
Do you know a Pizza Hut that's still open?
Uh,
I don't.
Yeah, there's one in Pawtucket.
There's a couple out there.
take
Of
that.
course, Rhode Island has
Of
them.
course, Rhode Island has them.
That's where fast food pizza places go to die. It's Rhode Island.
A couple of them.
To our Rhode Island listeners,
Or live
the
on in
opinions
glory.
of
I think I
Derek
saw
are
a
not
Little
shared
Caesars
by-
too.
Yeah.
Oh,
where they
Little
come to be-
Caesars.
To be legendary.
I love Little Caesars.
Rhode Island.
Freaking love Little Caesars, man.
Pizza.
Yeah, cheap, affordable, and good.
Just like this movie.
Thank you. Yeah,
And this podcast.
and this podcast. So where do we go from here now? So
yeah,
Craig T. Nelson is freaked out.
Yep.
Joe and Diane and Steve. I got to start calling them that. Steve's freaked out. He doesn't like what's going on. Diane's jumping around for joy in her cute little shorts and red shirt. She's adorable.
Yeah.
And Carol Ann's hungry. She wants pepperoni.
Yeah.
Easy, man. She's just thinking
Ma, he ate my
about food.
pepperoni.
Come on, let's kill each other over the pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
So they go, they visit the neighbors. They're getting bitten by mosquitoes. No one else is
Retreat
getting
back to the house.
Yeah.
bitten by mosquitoes. The dildo neighbor there makes it a point to say very slowly and oddly, in fact, I don't remember ever being bitten by a mosquito.
Yeah.
None of my family.
None of my family has either.
Son, a skeeter ever suck on you? No, Dad.
Just my uncle. Well, there was some shit with my uncle.
I love that.
There's some shit.
But you've never had sex before. Well, there's some shit with my uncle, but that was a long time ago.
A Million Ways to Die in the West. Great flick. So now...
So they go
back home.
and
Somebody help me out here. I'm having a brain
They
fart.
go to bed.
This is the night with
This
the
is the night with the
kids.
thunderstorm.
Yeah.
And then the tree limb comes through.
This is when Robbie gets eaten by, or
this is
almost
when-
gets eaten by the tree.
by the tree.
Yeah.
Robbie
Yeah.
is
Sick.
freaked out by this tree.
He
through the whole
definitely got
thing.
swallowed by that tree.
Yeah.
Craig didn't get there in time, man. Fuck that. I'm not
Yeah,
buying
so
it.
Robbie's a ghost.
You're not
He's
buying it.
gone.
You think
Yeah.
Robbie's a ghost?
Dude, he's gone. There's no way he made it to the tree in time. He's damn near swallowed
No,
by
Yeah.
the time he gets
explain
there.
his appearance in the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Is
So
he a ghost?
Bullshit. Is how
Just
what
bullshit. Okay.
Or poor editing
Okay.
Yeah.
is
All
how
right.
I explain it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time
Attacking the editor.
I was watching it, and I was like, well, Craig T. Nelson, he's too late. And then he pulls Robbie out, and I'm like, oh, how do you do that? He
Yeah.
didn't even climb up the tree. The only thing left is like his head and an arm sticking out.
Yeah.
Of it.
Maybe
Cool-
the tree
cool
spit him
scene,
out.
though.
Oh,
Cool
you're lucky
scene.
it don't taste good.
Yeah.
Well, that's the rule of thumb. If your head's still above, then you're still okay.
Then
That's
you're
right.
still good.
As long as you see the head,
Not
you're
dead
not
yet.
dead.
Yeah.
That's the great quote
Yeah,
that no one ever said
swallowed
until now.
There you go.
And while that's happening,
Yeah, Caroline gets
Caroline
pulled into the portal in the closet.
Gets sucked into the closet.
that's a long one too. That's funny.
Yeah.
She's fucking holding on. You're
Yeah,
like,
she's hanging on to
you're
that
like
head
Joe
post.
Beth. Just fucking hear her, man.
Yeah.
Just run back upstairs.
It's too high.
Diane.
She's too high.
Yeah.
No,
She
she's
just
not
watched
that high.
a
She just
watched a
she
shitload of
smokes
Quentin
part a
Tarantino
joint.
movies, and she's out.
It was a little bit,
Which was
wasn't
odd
like
because
that back
Quentin
then.
Tarantino hadn't made movies back then.
They were
but
just
whatever.
having a good time.
They were
man.
having a good
It was
time.
the fucking 80s, man. Reaganomics, all that shit.
Getting high and reading Reagan biographies. That's how they
I
roll.
love playing
Yeah.
with those Legos.
Trickle down economics? Come on, man.
It's economics, home economics. So, she gets sucked into the
Voodoo
closet.
Economics.
Robbie gets saved. The parents run up the stairs. They go into the room. They open the closet, and
gone.
they see what they think is their daughter, and they pull the sheet off, and it's that damn fucking clown toy.
Yeah.
Has
Who
anybody
bought that thing?
I know.
ever had?
I know.
Seriously.
Has anybody ever had a scary clown at the foot
No.
of their bed?
Hell no.
You did.
Yeah,
On purpose?
one of my mom's friends knitted
Wait, was
a
it a
clown.
toy or was it an actual
No,
clown?
it was a life-size stuffed fucking clown.
Why?
About as tall as you.
Why?
Because my mom loves clowns. Loves them. I don't know if she still does after watching Stephen King's It, but she loves clowns, loves the circus, loves all that shit. And her friend Alice decided to make her literally a 6-foot stuffed clown that she knitted from scratch, and it ended up in my room across from my bed, sitting in a fucking rocking chair, looking like this.
Yeah. They probably didn't want it staring at them while they were like making whoopee in the middle of the night.
So that's how they kept me in.
They're like,
Yeah.
oh, the fucking clowns. We'll stop looking at me. Put it in
Mom
Mark's
and
room.
Dad,
Let Mark play with
the
it.
truth is out.
Let Mark have sex with
Some of the clown was a little crunchy.
Yeah. They were trying to be like, have their little moment, and then your dad's like, oh,
What's
Jesus
this
Christ, get that
what's
fucking
this little
clown out of
tear
here.
in the clown in the
Get
back?
this clown the fuck out of my bedroom
Well,
right
that
now.
explains. My sister was
Put it in Mark's room.
in our room about a few years after that. That makes sense.
Oh my God,
thank
they're
you
doing
for
it clown style.
Thank you for psychologically scarring the already psychologically scarred
I'm just
story
trying to,
further. Tino.
I'm just saying that they didn't want it in the room. There had to be a reason
It
why.
was
That
put
would
in
be
my
my
room.
reason. That would be my reason.
I think at the time my mom thought it was whimsical, but it wasn't whimsical.
I
It was
love it.
frightening. I relate to this kid. I fucking hate clowns. I hate that clown. I hate this clown in the movie too.
Brian,
More
is this
so.
your dream bedroom? or at least half of it.
The Star Wars stuff.
Oh my God,
Star
the
Wars?
product placement.
Yeah,
Holy
the Darth
shit.
Vader,
was that Overload
toy
or
chest
what?
was there, and
Yeah.
and the Star Wars.
No, I'm
posters.
telling you, no kid back then had that much Star Wars shit. I don't care how rich your parents were.
They had
That-
pictures of it. You couldn't even get your hands on it, though, right?
Seriously.
You have to
You
wait
had
for
to
it to
be
come in the
Spielberg
mail.
rich.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You need the little coupons to get it in the mail.
That was-
6 months later.
That was some incredible product placement.
You had to be
I gotta
Oprah
s-
rich to afford that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, that kid had everything.
Yeah.
Nobody had that much.
That wasn't a poor man's clown. That was a rich man's clown.
For sure. And you know what? It was stuffed with Star Wars figures.
That's it. That was a
Oh.
well-to-do clown.
That is, dude. That is an awesome dream right there.
Upper class
Okay, so
yeah, so they see the clown in the closet.
Yeah.
They think it's Carol Ann. It's not. So now they start panicking. Like, well, where is she?
But they
and then
hear
they
her.
think she might have fallen into the pool.
Oh, that
So
whole
remember,
thing.
Craig goes out and he dives into the pool and he's looking for her, and then they hear
Yeah.
her voice coming
This thing
from the
needs
TV.
to be fenced off or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
many
that's a
opportunities to make it safe, and they just
Yeah.
refuse to
Yeah.
do it.
Not as
Two-
many laws back then.
Too
Yeah.
busy smoking grass.
Hey,
Yeah.
It makes for some entertaining scenes, though.
It does, especially later with the skulls that were real in Curse
Yeah.
the movie. But more on that later. So they don't find her in the pool. Then they go back into the house and they hear her voice calling
From the TV.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ralphie hears it.
So
Yeah,
He's coming.
I wanted to not hate him.
Yeah,
and
I
I don't
know.
think I did,
what, the kid?
but it was getting real close.
really
oh,
was.
I would have
Oh,
been fine if
yeah.
that kid got eaten.
Him
Yeah.
and the other
Yeah.
guy, the guy that comes in to take the not the recording guy, the
Face peeler guy with the
Yeah.
glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Yeah.
Richard Belzer. He was like
Yeah.
a young.
He
He,
did-
looked like Richard
he
Belzer.
did
I was
look
like,
like
Richard
Richard
Belzer's in this
Belzer.
movie.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Would have been
Munch?
cool if it was. Would have been
Fucking
better
Munch?
if you did.
I know.
That could have been Munchin. Remake that movie.
Munch and
fucking
Ice-T.
Munch and
Munch
Finn
and Finn.
Tutsuola.
Yes.
And it's a fucking hit. It's a hit.
Are
I'm
you
telling
telling
you.
me this clown came to life to try to get a girl?
You mean to tell me your daughter talks through the TV?
You mean it's like an evil tree trying to eat a child? Yes, Ice-T. Oh, John Mulaney. So they call upon parapsychologist
Yeah.
Dr. Martha Lesh,
Lesh.
who is
Who's a lush?
Martha Lush.
When she gets really excited about talking about something, looks
Yeah.
scarier than anything
Yeah.
that those ghosts
And
have
doesn't
to
even know what the
offer.
hell she's talking about. 'cause
No,
she tells her
she-
not to go near the light.
she
Yeah.
That's
doesn't
exactly
know.
what Delta.
She's not much of an expert.
No, she's not.
She's
And
not
she says that.
professional at all.
No, she
Yeah.
she even explains that to her. She says there are no degrees for what we're doing.
No.
You know, she says I'm a psychologist by trade, and she doesn't explain how she fell into this.
I just dabble in this.
yeah.
That's one of the bigger
It was the
plot
80s.
points
Yeah.
that
I
kind of
dated
bothers
a
me,
goth
but
guy.
I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
They just showed up at the college, which kind of makes sense. Is like, what do we do? Let's go to college.
Yeah.
They probably
You know,
Let's go
I
to
gotta
college.
say though, if
If Ray Stantz and Peter
if
Venkman were
colleges,
there,
if colleges in the early 2000s actually had paranormal departments, then I probably would have gone to college.
They
Yeah.
might have, dude. You probably just need to make a case for it.
yeah.
You'll get a grant.
late
They'll
now.
give you a grant for anything.
You know what, Derek? They have them at the Rhode Island schools.
Oh, with their Pizza Hut and Little Caesars.
with a
we got
Pete-
paranormal
Pete-
activity coming
They
out of our
do.
ass.
and they got Pizza Huts in the cafeteria.
Wow,
They
yeah.
study their parapsychology and then they break and go have a slice.
Yeah, I
at
didn't know you guys
Pizza
were gonna
Hut.
take it personal. Jeez, I'm sorry.
I can't remember the last time I had Pizza Hut. to be
I
honest
can't
with you,
either.
honestly,
I just remember it gave me the shit.
gross.
And all of a sudden the podcast jumps to something else in mid-sentence. No.
So Dr. Martha Lesh arrives with members Ryan and Marty,
Yep.
and they investigate the house. They
Poorly.
Yeah.
They gloss over it. One of them's bragging to Craig T. Nelson about how he saw something move, and it was like
7
Oh, yeah.
hours
For
for
him
it to
to-
fucking
yeah,
get
Matchbox
fucked
car.
off.
Yeah.
And then Coach
you-
is like, "Hold
yeah.
my beer," and opens the door, and
Yeah.
there's all this shit flying
Dude,
around.
that's fun.
That is a funny and great
That's
scene.
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like shit, but it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Actually, there are a lot of subtle, funny moments. Going back to the kitchen scene from early on when Carol Ann's watching TV and she's looking at the snow, and Diane walks by and says, "Honey, don't watch this. You'll hurt your eyes." And then switches the TV,
Yeah.
and it's like guns
Yeah,
and
and you
violence.
immediately hear a Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, you do hear the Wilhelm
Yeah.
scream. I noticed that. I mean, little moments like that also help make this movie fun,
Yeah.
I think. So she's terrified after that. She's at the tables. You see her
Yeah.
pouring her tea and her hand shaking.
Yep.
You
She
know,
pulls out her
they're
flask.
all a little
Was that when she
rattled
pulls
by
out the
that.
flask for the first time?
Yeah.
Yeah, later on in the evening while they're kind of sitting around taking video, and Marty disappears off to the kitchen because he's hungry.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. For the
And
steak.
crazy shit happens to
All
him.
this, yeah.
And I'm like, dude,
Now, is
you
this
can't
where
just
the-
walk into somebody's kitchen and start going through the shit.
You
gotta
can't.
ask.
And like grabbing steaks
Yeah,
out
you
of the
gotta ask. You gotta fry up a
You
fucking
know?
somebody else's steak.
Clearly, they
He
don't
was
care.
eating Cheetos.
Never.
He finished off the Cheetos. You think he's going in for just some more munchies, but no.
Yeah,
he's-
that's what I was
He's,
saying.
he's gonna like fry up a
yeah.
steak.
Yeah.
Steak in this house.
You know how
Yeah.
weird that would be if I walked into
Steak
your
and
fucking house,
cold
opened up
chicken.
your fridge, and grabbed your fucking Friday night steak and just start frying it up?
That was
You'd be like, dude, get
that was
get out of my
defrosted for
house.
tomorrow's dinner.
Yeah.
Get out of my house. Why are you eating my steak?
See, the
No, it would
poltergeist.
be my fault for leaving it out, though.
Yeah,
You
No
know,
way.
yeah.
The poltergeist
But
had
this
the
thing-
Freelings back because they got that guy.
Yeah, they
They
were like,
did.
dude,
You
don't
want
come up
steak?
in
We'll
here.
give you a steak.
Yeah.
Nobody fucks with this family but us.
Yeah, you don't come into my house and start
They
eating
don't
chicken.
care though. They got people eating their food. The construction workers are eating their bean chili, whatever the hell she's making in
Yeah.
that pan,
Yeah.
and drinking their coffee, and she just shoos them away like a fly gently. Okay, Bluto, goodbye now. Thank you for getting your disgusting germs
Ugh,
in my
gross.
fucking stew
Sauce,
or
yeah.
whatever I'm making. They're just very laid back.
Yeah.
They're extremely laid
Yeah,
back.
they're just having a good time.
They
High.
don't care.
They're high. the whole
Yeah,
time.
they're totally
Yeah.
high. The construction workers want to fuck my daughter. That's fine. You know?
I think she's more impressed by the response of her daughter to the dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I
yeah,
would,
'cause she
I'd
flips them
still-
off, right?
I
She
would-
gives
Yeah.
him the thing and then hits him with the boom and then gives him the finger.
Yeah, but it
and-
doesn't work because they're just laughing after. In fact, they love it.
Yeah.
It's not like they stop. It's not like
Yeah.
they're, oh, gentlemen, we better class up a little bit. No, they're just like, she want to fuck you, man. You know.
Yeah, yeah, they're pigs.
Yeah, they are pigs. So if you
All
were
men are.
Diane,
All men are.
I would think you'd be like, hey, you're fired. Thank you. But I don't know.
It's really
the
hard
80s.
to find help in the 80s, especially
Was
in that
it?
part of
I
town.
don't think so.
They live
Not
in the
at
middle
all.
of nowhere. There can't be a lot of pool diggers or whatever.
In California, absolutely.
I don't know where the fuck they live, man.
They live in California.
Where
He
though?
thinks he's being sarcastic. Mike.
They live in the middle of nowhere.
All right, humpback whales, whatever. Help me out, Derek.
Anyway.
Pull me out of here. 'cause
They
Anyway.
live in a
it's late.
valley next to a
They live in a
cemetery.
valley next
Then their
to-
home was built on a cemetery.
But there were a lot of pools there.
There
There's
was
still
never a
pool
town.
businesses.
There was a town there. They all fucking died and got buried.
Half of the
there.
people in the cemetery were pool cleaners.
No one's been there
There's
in
an
ages.
uncut version.
No one's been there.
All
So-
those corpses that rise up and try to kill them were pool cleaners at one point.
So
You're
the
doing a
guy
horrible job.
sitting up at the monitors is he's distracted. He's reading something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, upstairs, right in front of him,
This is the
and on
glowing
camera, the door is opening on its own. Bright light.
The bright light comes out.
And then it looks like the thing that floats above Ray Stantz in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
It's like very.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Very
Is-
ethereal.
It's
Yeah.
a lady.
It's a
Yeah.
lady.
Ooh, a
Is
lady.
Is this before or after the really long, drawn-out whispering scene?
After.
After.
No.
That's when she first has the drink of booze
Yeah.
during the whispering
So
scene.
that
Yeah,
scene
yeah,
drives me nuts.
Yeah,
That's
it's, I mean, it's
extremely
hard to
Spielberg.
hear.
But why are they whispering?
Because it's nighttime. They don't
But
want to wake
who are
up
they
Robbie.
wake?
They think
Robbie's awake. He's talking.
And,
Yeah.
and they're
Fell
also
asleep.
they're also recording. They're recording, trying to hear the sounds and hear the voices. So
They
they're
think
probably
Craig
trying
T.
to
Nelson
find-
is asleep.
if these quote unquote experts can't tell the difference between a normal conversation and whoa, they're not very good, are
They
they?
aren't very good.
they
Yeah,
think
that's what
Craig
we've
T.
been saying.
Nelson is asleep
He's wide awake. He's looking right at him
from
Kinda-
behind.
Yeah, no, don't buy.
You
I
don't
can't
buy it? That
take
they're-
too much of
Yeah,
this.
I don't like it because I can't hear it, but I feel like
annoying.
you can explain that one.
So they
clicking and mouse smacking.
so they end up hearing hear Carol Ann.
Yeah, she's like,
The old lady, the old lady's telling her not to go near the light.
yeah,
And that's when they find out about the other presence that's in there with Carol Ann.
beast.
The beast.
the beast.
They'll make out with your children in the night.
That's right, Gaston.
They learned that from her, or they learned that from Zelda.
Yeah.
They learned
No, they learned that from her.
Do they call it a
right?
beast before?
No,
Zelda?
no. Zelda calls it a beast,
Yeah.
Right.
She doesn't show up
but
till
they
later.
they
No.
learn about this other presence that's in there
That's right.
in this scene because Carol Ann tells them that he's coming, and
yeah,
you know,
there's something scary.
yeah.
Yeah.
Stay away from him.
yeah,
Don't go
yeah.
near the lights. Stay away. Yeah.
Right. And this shit is scares.
Terrifying.
Yeah, this is send the kids off. Robbie goes off. The older daughter goes off with her friends.
Yeah.
We're really done with them until the end, until Zelda Rubinstein does her half-ass extermination job. But that's it from the kids for a
But
while.
after that, they bring her in.
Right.
That's
So
when she comes in.
Zelda Rubinstein, the best part, one of the best parts of this movie. She is a lot of fun to listen to, fun to
feels the
watch.
presence.
Awesome
Tangina.
performance, yeah.
Yeah.
And she knows what's going on.
Tangerina.
Tangerina.
I once had a Zelda Rubinstein.
The size of a
Size of a
tangerina.
tangerina.
When she was the size up, her head kind of looked like a tangerine.
I never saw Poltergeist.
Oh, that like that's the
I saw the
line.
house of
Everything-
That's awful. Yeah. You've crossed the line, Mom.
possessed.
You can't talk about her like that.
What?
Ooh.
She's the size of a tangerine?
Stop that.
She's tiny.
Zelda?
I like tiny
Oh,
women.
she's the
I'm into
littlest
it.
thing ever.
Thank you.
She's adorable
There you go.
and scary.
See?
I love her.
All right.
All right.
Anyway.
Call off your dogs, man.
I love her.
All right. So,
So Dr. Lesh, after they see all
Yep.
the stuff coming down the stairway, and they realize that they're all spirits, like a lot of them are coming, through the house. Dr. Lesh freaks out, kind of, and she says, "I need help." And she goes and she says, "I'll be back." And that's when she brings yeah, she does. She has to go refill, and she brings Zelda into the house.
this is Jason Miller calling upon Max von Sydow in The Exorcist. You gotta bring in the old priest.
That's it. You need the big guns.
We're calling in the big
veteran.
guns. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, she wears sunglasses inside. Those sunglasses are so cool.
She's very cool.
She's so cool.
She wears her sunglasses at night.
She got the tit. Remember when tit was
she can
cool?
see.
Huh?
Glasses
Oh,
with
the
tint.
tint. Yeah, I do.
Someone needs
mirrored
to bring
ones.
that back.
Is it not cool anymore?
I don't know. I don't know if it is or
I
isn't,
could rock
but
it.
it should
Totally.
It should come back. I remember my mom always had glasses like that. Zelda's very hip.
She is.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
she's hip. She's fucking hip.
So, with the help of Diane, they call to Carol Ann. They're going to get the daughter back, and there's the back and forth with tell her to go into the light. No, don't go into the light.
Yeah.
No, go into the light. Go into the light. Don't go in the light. It's
Yeah.
dynamic.
Well, before all that, they have the test. Remember, they realized that the portal,
right. The ball.
they had all the tennis balls, and
Yep.
they write the numbers on them.
Right.
Because they realized that the portal that took Carol Ann away is in her bedroom closet, but they theorized that there's got to be an exit point.
Yeah.
Because stuff, remember all that junk dropped
Oh,
out
yeah,
of the
the
ceiling?
old watches.
The old
Yeah.
watches,
Yeah.
but then they said some of it's not that old, but this
Some of
piece
it's
is over
ancient.
100.
Yep.
Yeah. So they realized that that's got to be the exit point. So that's when they do the experiment with the tennis balls, and it works. So then they come up with their plan to get Carol Ann out with the rope.
Right. And she and Zelda, and this is what Derek was mentioning. She Zelda originally
was gonna
wants
go
to do
in,
it.
yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Diane says, "No, I should do it." And she says, "You're right." Yeah.
Yeah.
You go.
You've never done this before. She's like, neither have you. She's like, you're right.
Yeah.
You go.
You go.
That's an awesome moment. So she does go in
Ties
and
herself to a rope.
retrieve Carol Ann, pulls her out. They're all covered in slime and whatnot. But
All
she
Yeah.
covered in goo.
Yeah.
why is she
All
dripping
covered-
with
I'm
goo?
dripping with goo.
But she saves the day. They
Ectoplasm.
get their daughter back,
Yeah.
and
That's when she says that famous line, this house
this
is
house
clean.
is clean to the camera,
Yep.
to the audience,
Liar.
Yep.
kind of sort of breaking the fourth wall,
Yep.
but no, it isn't.
Yep.
And this is the part that bugs me.
It
It's still a good
it lulls
movie,
you
but
into a
bugs me.
false sense of comfort.
It
Yeah.
does.
You know, I'm gonna.
But it would have been a
security.
cool ending if,
would've been a
say
cool
all
if it
that
just
other
ended
stuff
there.
had happened, right? All the other stuff with the clown, everything happened. And then they do the big climactic thing of Diane pulling Carol Ann out from the hole, the portal, whatever. And Zelda says her line. And then you cut to them moving anyway to the motel and doing the TV anyway as kind
Yeah.
of a little after stinger sort of
well,
thing.
we got
Would
our
work
daughter
just as
back,
well.
but we're still not staying in the house.
Right. Which is kind of what I would do.
Yeah.
If all this is at this, I would have been gone long before.
Yeah.
But I think this is a good time. Even if you get your daughter back, why chance fate? Can you really trust this woman? You've only met her for a day.
I'd trust her.
She seemed pretty spot on,
she's
right? With
badass.
what she was.
But was she? No, because more stuff happens.
I feel like you're putting way too much on Zelda.
Yeah.
And not enough on Craig T. Nelson.
Or
he's
Steven
not.
Spielberg.
He blows it. She tells him not to do it, and he does it. He does the thing she tells him not to do, and she's like, "All right, well, maybe it worked this time."
Well, he just wanted,
kinda
he
did.
wants to get him out of there. He wants to get him out of there before any of this happens.
she
with
got
the
like
closet.
90% of it.
This
right.
house is clean, but it's like when the husband cleans.
Yeah,
it's
everything's
not wife
stored
clean.
into
The floors are still
Everything's shoved
dirty,
into
but
the-
like
that's how I
things
clean
are
it.
neatened
Yeah.
up. It's
If you
neatened
lift
up.
up the
All the
carpet,
shit is just shoved under the bed.
Yeah, this house is neatened up.
Zelda cleans like a man. That's
This house is presentable.
She can't sense the thing anymore.
This house is okay.
This house is good enough. I gotta go. I got somewhere to be.
Mediocrities.
I'm getting a
Good
new
enough.
pair of glasses.
I really like when they get into like the little argument about spanking their kids. I really
Oh,
enjoy
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I never
all,
hit my
all
kids.
this is going
Yeah,
on.
they're
and
like going at
debating.
it in the
Yeah.
middle of fucking trying to
Yeah.
save their kid from another dimension. Or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck.
And she's
Yeah,
like,
that's
"We
right.
debate
think-
about it later.
Yeah.
I think that's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
I love that part.
Steven, get angry. Tell her you beat her.
Yeah.
She doesn't come into the light.
You come out here, or I'll give you a real spanking.
Yeah. No. Do a better job, Steven. Fucking bitch, get down here now. Or
You
I'll fucking
sound like my father.
come and cut you.
Get your ass down here right now.
Too bad Alec Baldwin didn't get the part. It would have been perfect. You need to be mean to your daughter. Oh, no problem,
You little
Zelda.
pig.
You little pig.
Get out of
Get
that
over
hole,
here.
you pig.
So the house is
Eating me
clear.
out of house and home.
Everything is A-okay, or so we think.
Yeah.
But all is not well because we forgot about the clown. The clown thing still needs to happen. So everybody's comfy and cozy or fine after all this. No one thinks to leave. No one thinks to move. Everyone's like, well, the lady said it's
Yeah.
done, so we're okay.
okay,
Right,
yeah.
Coach? And Coach is like, I don't
I
fucking
mean, they're
know
still.
at this
It
point.
looks like they're still planning on selling the house. Like they're moving.
They are. But
They're
they're
getting
going.
packed
Yeah,
up.
they want to pack up all their stuff.
Yeah.
So as they're packing, they spend another night there.
Yep.
And Robbie's in bed and does the ritual thing he always does of covering the clown at the foot of his bed with a shirt, a coat.
Something Star Wars. It's got Chewbacca on
It
the
does
back
have
of it.
Chewbacca, a scary looking picture of Chewbacca.
Yeah.
So they weren't smart enough to leave. They're just going at it slowly.
Oh, the house is clean.
Yeah. Is it though? No.
No.
So- Lousy Coach. And so he covers the clown, and then all of a sudden he
Joe
looks
Bev starts
again.
taking a bath.
That's
all of a
right.
sudden.
Yeah.
How could I forget that?
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden,
Tito,
Joe
take
Bev's
over
in the
from
bath.
here.
And she cleans
this
up
was a
her inch of her
VHS, that
body
part would be
very
worn out.
slowly and
Tito
gently.
says she cleans up nice.
She slowly and gently massages every part of her body.
So
with
am I
that
glad I
love
am
soap.
across the table?
Some Dove soap.
I didn't remember this movie. I thought she was gonna get sucked into the drain or something, and it
No.
was freaking me out a little bit.
No, they got their sights set on
Because
the
I got
sun.
issues with tubs. But she's
No, let's
fine.
not gloss over
She's
this.
like,
What's your issue with tubs?
drains. and
Really?
You
baths.
can't go down them, Dito.
No, I don't like looking at them.
Yeah. All the hair.
Yeah, oh, please, let's not talk about it.
Oh, all that hair. It's all gross and hairy.
That's what hair is.
Yeah, I don't know, something about wet hair and a drain specifically. But like the idea of a drain and like maybe something coming out of it freaks me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a clown.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
clown, a
Anything's
6 foot
possible.
knitted clown.
I don't even know, man. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. But she's taking a bath and she's fine, man. She's a-okay. She really is. She's fine.
You know who's not?
She's a-okay.
Ain't no hair in that drain.
Would you
Ain't
take
no
a
hair in
bath
that drain, baby.
with Joe Beth Williams?
You know, I wouldn't. As much as I love her, I wouldn't. I would take a shower with her for sure, but not a bath.
Okay. Want to clarify that.
It's a pretty small tub.
It's not that big, yeah. Yeah.
Advantage Tito. So
back to the kid.
Back to the kid
Yeah.
covering up the clown. He turns around to go to sleep. Then he hears something and he looks and the chair is empty. The clown is gone.
That's such a clown
Clown
move.
wraps his
Yeah.
snake-like arms.
arms.
Instead of bolting it out of the
Yeah.
room, Robbie says, "Let's investigate." So he looks
Where'd the clown go?
He looks under the bed. And it's framed so you think that clown's gonna come right out of the bed and
Yeah.
snatch him or whatever.
But no.
He lifts up the little sheet flap or whatever the fuck it is, lifts it up. There's nothing there. And then he's relieved. And then as soon as he leans up, there's the clown with a demonic face and a hand that chokes him.
Yep.
And the effect was so good, I guess, behind the scenes, it
almost
almost
died for
killed him
real.
in real life.
Yeah.
Really?
With
Yeah.
Steven
Oh,
Spielberg
Robbie.
standing there off set with Tobe Hooper, and Steve is just sitting there thinking,
This kid's a great actor.
exactly. It wasn't until he
started
started
turning purple.
blue
Yeah.
and purple when Steven Spielberg said, I should do something.
Uh-huh.
But let me get the shot first.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
It's amazing. It's amazing Drew Barrymore survived E.T. That's all
Yeah.
I'm going to say.
Did she? Did she though?
She almost didn't survive the 80s.
Well, what are you talking about? She has some hits, and now she has a talk show.
I was going to say, but
After
after that, it was like 20 years of drunkenness
Mm-hmm.
and debauchery.
Well, that'll do it.
Rough couple of decades. Yeah.
She's all right now. Right?
And then so everything starts going ape shit yet again, right? This is where we're reaching the ending number 2.
Yeah.
The creature starts coming out of the wall, the beast.
Yes.
I guess you would call it, right?
Yeah.
We see it. There's the hallway.
That
shot.
hallway scene that
Yep.
we were talking about previously.
Oh, where she's running through?
Yeah, we talked
very
about it in the
cool.
last
Yep.
episode. That's an awesome
Very cool.
effect.
Yeah.
Love that effect.
Very.
Yep.
And they finally do get out of the house.
And
eventually, and the house kind of implodes upon itself, right? It sucks itself in.
You're getting way ahead.
Oh,
she goes out of the house and she falls into the pool. She's looking for
okay, and that's when the
she's looking for help,
Oh,
and the coffins start coming out of the ground.
Yeah.
She falls into the unfinished pool, the hole that's dug there. It's raining. It's filling with water already, and all these skeletons start rising up out of the pool while she's there.
Right. Real skulls.
Real skeletons,
real corpses, pretty much. Which
because
which
apparently it
lead
was cheaper to use real corpses than fake ones.
Those are real dead bodies.
Yeah, they were real dead bodies.
Which leads
Crazy,
people to
man.
think that this film is cursed because of that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people died.
Well, the house
during
was
or
certainly
after.
cursed because of it.
No, but for real in real life.
Well, I mean, if
So,
for sure.
yeah.
If the
a
fake
lot of
movie is
people
cursed, then the real
met an
life-
ill fate because of this, and many people think it was because they used real skulls.
Yeah.
You know? Of course, Creepshow used a real skull, and everybody was fine, but that's okay.
Yeah, but nobody watches that.
I'll stuff you down a fucking drain, man. I'll show you a bath drain. I know your weakness now, Tito.
Mark's
know your
gonna,
weakness.
Mark's gonna knit you a 6-foot clown made out of drain hair.
I am.
The best part is
I
that
saved it for years and years and years until I got enough for a 6-foot clown.
the best part is that as the coffins are popping out,
They open.
and they're opening up, and the guy his boss shows up,
Yeah.
Oh, James Karen.
Yeah.
and he's starting to witness it all. And Craig T.
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
Steve comes
Steve.
and shakes. You son of a bitch!
You didn't move them all. You moved the headstones.
You didn't move the bodies. You just moved the heads.
You just moved the headstone. He almost gets into Harrison Ford. Get
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
my plane.
Yeah.
Territory.
Yeah.
And James Karen just starts screaming like he's losing his head. He can't find the words.
And
He's
neighbors
so
are starting to
terrified.
flock as they all witness.
Yep.
Yeah.
The house gets sucked into a
Yeah.
vortex
Yeah.
and disappear.
Yeah, but then the bodies start coming up like through the street. Too.
Yeah.
It's not just contained to the
Right.
Freeling's
Yeah.
house anymore.
Yeah.
The entire neighborhood is now under siege by the dead.
Except Dildo Neighbor steps out with his kid and says, I didn't get attacked by no clown.
Yeah, or mosquitoes.
In fact, I don't think I've ever been attacked by a clown. Son, you ever get eaten by a tree? No, that didn't really happen, but
It's got another good line, popular line or famous line with the daughter showing up.
Oh, yeah.
Dana.
Wait,
Dana.
We're going
That's her
to
name.
we're going to the Holiday Inn on whatever street. Oh yeah, I know that one. I remember that. She's like, what?
What?
Nothing.
They were one of the construction workers.
I was going to say, remember that construction worker?
We just came from there.
And she gets out of the car and she's got like hickeys all over her neck. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did. Yeah,
It was
she
the
did.
construction worker.
She was
Yeah.
Well,
She
she
was
was
on
in
a
like
date.
a hot
Wow.
rod or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
they just
she was
came
on a
back from
date.
that motel.
Yeah.
She flipped him off, and the construction worker was like, well, there's my invite right there. See? Mom doesn't mind. Look, she's laughing in the window.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get her in on the action, too.
That's right.
So,
But that's about it.
yeah.
That's what happens.
The house disappears, it blows up, it implodes, it eats its a whatever, and they head over to a motel. They pick Dana comes home.
They all go into a motel and they roll out the TV.
Yep, and that's it.
Yep.
And that is Poltergeist.
That's just Poltergeist, man.
That's it. This was a very chaotic synopsis, but the movie's pretty chaotic.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, so Tito doesn't know about the curse. He doesn't know about the things that happen.
So
Yeah.
there's a bunch of skulls. So
Yeah,
So they
but
use Go ahead.
The Heather O'Rourke, the one that played the little girl, she died at 12 years old.
oh no,
After
way.
Yeah.
Poltergeist
That's terrible.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, while making Poltergeist
making
3.
Poltergeist,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And she had like some kind of stomach issue and she never recovered.
Yep.
She died from it.
Dominic Dunn.
Dominic Dunn, who
older
played
sister.
the one who
Yeah.
played the older sister, Dana.
Ended up getting killed by
She
a
got killed
stalker.
by her boyfriend.
No, her boyfriend.
Her boyfriend.
I thought it was a stalker.
And you guys
No.
are making fun of her.
No, well, we making
Making
fun of the
fun
character.
Dana?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, not the actress.
She's hardly in the movie. They filmed
Yeah.
her in like 10 days, and she
Yeah.
had stuff to do.
Yeah,
Shit going on.
Yeah.
yep.
That's Griffin Dunn. Was it Griffin Dunn's sister?
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
okay.
Dominic Dunn.
Yeah.
Dominic Dunn.
Dominique.
Okay,
Dominique.
Nika.
That E True Hollywood story.
Yeah.
Dominique
Oh, I
Dunn.
think I knew that.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I knew that one with the.
They had a
sheriff
whole like trial.
Oh,
The
yeah.
whole trial was covered over like C-SPAN or
Yeah.
one of those networks.
Yeah.
like
Is the
the
sister in
Court
part
TV.
two?
No.
No.
No, she died. She died shortly after this movie.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she never even made it to the sequel.
Should've
Is she not in the sequel at all?
No,
I don't
I don't think so,
remember.
unless it's like archival footage.
See, other than
I remember
Julie and Beck in the second movie, I'm really not a fan of that.
The only
one,
other
so
thing I
don't
remember her being in besides Poltergeist, she was in an episode of Chips back
Oh,
then.
okay. Really?
And I think she died shortly after making that episode.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, she did end up.
And
also
then there was the
dying.
guy that played the construction worker.
Pugsley,
He was
yeah.
married. He was murdered.
He was murdered.
He was axe
He
murdered.
was killed by an axe.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yep. Guy broke into his house, I think, and
And then it carried on over into 2, right?
Yeah.
Julian Beck had already been sick. He
Yeah.
had stage 4 cancer while making it.
Yep.
But Will
and he
Sampson,
plays the old man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Will
You
Sampson,
are gonna die.
the Indian guy, also
Yeah.
died during.
Yeah.
The, yeah. Mhm.
I like that guy.
So I do too. There was a lot of death and
Associated with this
Yeah,
movie.
Right.
died in 87.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's essentially why
That's
they
the
feel
curse.
the film's cursed.
And it's all part of that. Who's got that series, The Cursed Films?
Cursed Films.
Is that on Shudder?
Shudder.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, check it out
yeah,
on Shudder
yeah.
if you haven't.
Yeah, they talk all about it on
Yeah.
that one.
I have mentioned it.
Interesting.
Yep.
So that's it.
And that's the movie.
Poltergeist.
So closing out, talking about it again, it's fun. I like I said in the beginning, my only complaint is it should have ended when it ended, and all the stuff that happened after, I would have liked to have seen before,
Yeah.
because that was such a cool build up, and
Yeah.
then the rest of it is kind of like, oh, more. Why are they staying? What, you know? So
But they're really not. They're just
no,
taking
they're
their time
moving,
packing up.
but it just. I don't know. It just makes sequentially it makes more sense to me, but it's
Yeah.
not enough to ruin it for me. I still love it, so that's my closing thought. Derek,
Same. It's especially now that I'm more aware and fresher in my memory of the plot holes and stuff. I could probably rewatch it and enjoy it again more.
cool.
But yeah, still it's totally a classic. It holds up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Right?
it does. Yeah. No, I'll watch it again.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be sooner than the last time, because I think it was like Tito. It's probably been about 20 years since I've seen this movie. and-
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I've seen it a couple
Yeah.
of times.
Yeah. It's good, but it's not one that like I said, I revisit a lot. I just don't think of it for some reason.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's a good movie.
haunted house movies in general for me, good
yeah.
or bad.
Ghost stories are not. Yeah.
it's not
a
one I
favorite.
go to
Yeah.
all the time. Yeah.
Same.
Yep. What about anything else on this film, Tito?
No, yeah, I thought it was great. I was glad we picked it when I was done, because there were so many things about it I didn't remember. I was so surprised by the ending that it made me like it even more. I was like, oh, that's so odd. They just end at a motel and roll the TV out. I thought that was really, really fun. And I just really like them as parents in this movie, and the way they are portrayed as like, they get the information right away. There's no like beating around the bush where the parents don't know what's going on or they don't believe it. They're right in the mix. And to a certain extent, they do actually some things that I find fairly realistic in regards to like, okay, this is getting kind of crazy. Let's send the kid away. The daughter's staying at the friend's house, but like they don't leave the house because they want to, obviously they want to get their daughter back. And then I think, the Jo Beth Williams character and Zelda are just two really great, strong characters in this film.
They are.
And like in Heroes, because she just has this very like, I could gush over Jo Beth Williams all night, but
And you
she
have.
has this very like playful kind of fun, just like way about her the whole movie until the points where it's like she's all about like saving her daughter and getting her back, and she it just flips very, very well. Where Craig T. Nelson just kind of is like stagnant on this kind of. He's just kind of focused and
I
especially.
think he's just
trying to keep the family together.
He sees what's happening, but he can't believe it. He does
Can't
believe it. He's
he
not.
does, but
He's not arguing
It's
with
tough to
anybody,
process
but he
for him.
cannot handle it.
Yeah.
Like he's not
Like
as
he-
open to the possibility as
Right.
Diane and Jo Beth.
Even
is.
when Jo Beth showed him, like, with little Carol Ann sliding across the floor, he was just kind of like, huh. You know?
Yeah.
like you just couldn't understand it. It just was out of his realm of.
Well, he
he
was
just
more
couldn't wrap
no,
his
he
head
was
around
more
it.
horrified because Joe Beth recommended Pizza Hut, and he doesn't like Pizza
He
Hut.
hates Pizza Hut. But great movie. You know, I've never seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No, it's a good movie.
Did you see the house that it built? No.
No, I just saw I saw the tangerine that he ate. Though. So I, as far as like Tobe Hooper goes, I'm not especially familiar with like his style. It does like it feels like a Steven Spielberg movie.
No, it definitely does.
With somebody else's elements sprinkled
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's where maybe there's like a disconnect throughout the
Well,
film.
there's
certain
the
parts.
debate because there's been many conflicting stories from the actors who were on it. Some say Tobe Hooper just nodded. Others say,
Yeah.
oh no, he was more involved.
Yeah.
But
some
there's
people
stuff-
say he just set up the shots while Steven
Right.
was the one who actually was behind the camera.
But there are people who were on set for publicity, like Mick Garris and Joe Bob Briggs, who had a lot to do with.
Oh, Joe Bob was there
yeah,
too?
he knew a lot about that. Knew a lot of people behind the scenes of that, and they saw, Mick Garris especially defends Tobe Hooper. He was like, I was there. Tobe Hooper did a lot in
Yeah.
that movie. Steven Spielberg was not always over his shoulder, as one would think.
Yeah.
So a lot of different things. It makes for good storytelling,
Yeah.
but I think you can kind of see where Spielberg takes over. It's just me. You can see
There's
the
a
Spielberg
lot
stuff.
of Spielbergisms
There
in the whole
is,
movie.
but there are
Like the-
Tobe Hooperisms. Those coffins coming out
Yes,
of the
that's
ground
very Tobe
with the
Hooper.
corpses are Tobe Hooper.
The whole part of like the morning scene with the construction workers and just like the chaos that goes on in that house. That's total Spielberg. That is like taken right out of Close Encounters when Richard Dreyfuss is going nuts.
Yeah.
And all the people in the neighborhood are there in the backyard. And he's pulling up stuff from the neighbor's yard. Remember, he needs the chicken wire.
Right.
And he's throwing it through the window, and the sons are joining in because they think that's great fun. And all the neighbors are standing there like gobsmacked, like, what is this nut up to?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Terry Garr is running around like a chicken with her head cut
Yeah.
off because she doesn't know what to do, and she's yelling at this one, trying to keep the kid. And it's just the same scene, but with like construction workers and the family's trying to get off for school and work and everything else, and it's just like controlled chaos, and that is typical Spielberg.
But you have those more subtle moments, like the smoking grass in the bed while one's pretending or reading a book, or there's this whole back. I mean, that
before,
there-
after,
yeah.
before. After.
There's
Before.
there are these these small strange conversations that remind me of what the kids are talking about in the van in the beginning of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Mundane, drug induced or pot induced conversations.
And the calm after the storm, the way that the movie ends, where they're like, it's all just all that chaos that was outside of that house.
Yeah.
Now they're in a totally different location. There's nothing said.
Yep.
It's just kind of like.
Yep.
All right,
and let's get rid of the TV. We'll unplug the TV and put
Yeah.
the TV outside so we don't have to deal with that.
No words necessary, and then just ends.
I will
that-
say
it's nice.
I'm this if Tobe Hooper had more control over the ending, it would have been darker. It would not have been happy. It would not have been a Hollywood happy ending.
Yeah.
No, that kid probably would have been eaten by the tree.
Probably.
I mean, if he was willing, or whoever was willing originally to have Carol Ann die in this movie and haunt them the rest, God knows who was going to survive that and what was going to happen. So it would have been an interesting.
Well, that's weird
turn.
to me because Steven Spielberg wrote it, correct? Am I?
I think he did, yeah.
He was given
Yeah.
story, but he wasn't the only one who wrote it. Right?
No, I don't know.
There was other right.
So, like,
Sometimes you got to tack his name onto a story for marketing purposes too.
I guess.
I'm not saying he's not a good storyteller. He is.
No,
but,
yeah.
It's.
But
really
why
hard
would
to
he
say.
if he didn't need to? Why would he if he didn't need to?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah.
I was not there.
Yeah. Also, the idea of like, if I was Steven Spielberg, and I'm the fucking man, which Steven Spielberg is, and I would be like, all right, I want Tobe Hooper. He's doing this really cool stuff. Let's have him make this movie. If I'm Steven Spielberg and I'm a director, and I'm saying that, I'm like, man, I would like to direct some of this right now. It looks like fun.
But it was his
Let
idea.
me get in here.
But which is weird. It's like, why not direct it? You're an established filmmaker. If you would want to put so much of you in it, why not take it? Why get a guy from a genre that, he may be a fan of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but Steven Spielberg doesn't make really Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like he makes, he made Jaws, which is one of the greatest.
Well, it feels like Spielberg wanted to make a horror movie, but like didn't want to go all in and didn't want to
Maybe originally, right? Like maybe as the movie was going on, more ideas started coming to him.
Yeah.
And he, who can say? I don't know. Yeah. All right. Well, good movie. What's making our geek flag fly? I actually have nothing, so this is going to be a short one for me. This was a busy week for me, so I didn't really get a chance to sit down with much.
Yeah. The only thing I got is Willow drops today.
That's right. Yeah.
I watched the first 15 minutes of it before I had to start getting ready for when you guys came over because I'm like, oh,
Just
shit.
a single episode?
Yeah, I
No,
think so.
It's two.
Two?
Two drops.
episodes?
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I watched most of the first season.
Okay.
I mean,
First episode.
episode. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Off to a good start.
How are we
Yeah,
seeing it?
I like what I've seen so far.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
like I said, I thought I was going to be able to watch more of it, but I started it too late. You guys were coming over for 6:30, and I started it at like 5:45. I was like, oh, I can't do this. So I stopped at 6 o'clock.
Something to look forward to.
That's it. Nothing else from.
No, Avenue 5 I'm still watching on HBO. That's a
you were
funny
talking about
freaking
that.
show.
I'll check that out.
They're up to episode 7 or 8 right now, and I love it. I can't wait to see where it's going. I think it's wrapping up. I think it's only 2 seasons. And I restarted watching Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
That's an anthology
Yeah, you
animated
showed us
show.
an episode with the train.
Yes.
That was a
yeah.
good
stuff
Yeah.
on
There's a lot of good episodes. Yeah. My buddy at work started watching it. I'm like, I think I want to rewatch it too. So I started watching it again the other night.
Derek, anything else before I jump into
Yeah.
Oh,
I actually,
sorry, okay.
well, I was going to mention Willow.
Yep.
I've been on a big whodunit kick, and so I actually, I finally checked out that the Netflix one, Murder Mystery. It's Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, I saw that.
Is that the one that's on a
It's on a
cruise
cruise
ship?
ship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and a yacht, and
Yeah.
it was surprisingly really good.
It's
It
not
was-
bad.
It was,
It's
it was
good.
a lot of
Yeah.
fun. And I finished all my Christmas shopping, so I went ahead and spoiled myself, and I finally bought a PS5.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
Oh, I better be getting a nice gift here.
Right?
That's
cool.
But yeah, and then I spent all that money, and then I ended up spending more on the PlayStation Store, downloading a few games.
Oh, that's cool.
So I got that, and I'm looking forward to checking that out.
Well, Merry Christmas to you,
Yeah,
Derek.
totally.
All right.
Yeah, video game night at
Right?
Derek's.
Yep. So
I'll ask you a question about it, but after we're off,
okay.
because I don't want it to.
How about you?
I this weekend I saw Black Adam.
Oh, you did?
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. It's fun. I thought it was a fun movie.
Yeah.
I know you guys haven't seen it yet.
I
but
haven't seen
I
it.
still haven't
I
seen
thought
it.
it was pretty fun. It's I think he did a really good job of being Black Adam in it. And it, somebody described it as Terminator 2 to me, and I was like, oh shit, it's Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Really?
You think about it.
Yeah.
And then I watched it, and that like dawned on me after the fact that I was watching it. I was like, oh fuck it, he said it was like, but I thought it was really fun. I thought everybody was great. The stuff with I can't tell if Naboo is in the movie or not, because he takes his helmet off sometimes.
Dr. Fate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's hard to decipher if that's part of the story.
Yeah,
or
and they
not,
don't mention him.
But I like the idea of the Justice Society, like there could be more of them.
Yeah.
Because they assemble and they're just like, well,
Yeah.
you're the Justice Society. And it's like, oh, there's more of these guys.
And
somewhere.
and he
Yeah.
picked these guys because
Specifically.
specifically for this mission.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was
It was
definitely
fun.
more.
It's a fun movie. It's a fun movie for sure.
I know. I do want to see it, and I haven't been able to get down to a theater. I'm probably going to wait till it comes to streaming.
It's
at this
probably
point.
going to be on
just
HBO Max.
buy it on
soon.
Vudu.
Well, if you buy it on Vudu,
Isn't it already on digital?
It is to. I don't know if it's to buy. I think
Oh,
it's
okay.
on to rent.
well,
might be
I
right.
do. I do.
Oh,
wanna
I
see
think it might be. Yeah, because it's definitely on digital.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I imagine it'll be on HBO. Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
be on HBO
Yeah.
Max. So.
No, I do want to see it. I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Me
Some
too.
not so great, but I don't know. It looks fine. It looks like a fun
I thought
movie.
it was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, it didn't drag to me. It kind of,
cool.
it was a good pace.
No, I got to see that. I still have
Nice.
to see Wakanda Forever, but
Yeah, I haven't seen
I
that
was
either.
just waiting for this stuff coming to me because I've heard Wakanda Forever was really good too.
Yeah, but it's almost 3 hours long.
See,
It's like 2 hours.
That's
no, but
fine.
you know what? It doesn't feel it.
yeah.
It
If
doesn't
I
feel
can,
it.
if I can watch a
Nope.
3-hour Batman movie, I can watch a 3-hour Wakanda movie. Sure, I don't pick and
Or a
choose.
4-hour Justice League
Or a
movie.
4-hour.
I'm
Justice League
pissed.
movie. Totally.
because
Yeah.
Glass Onion,
Yeah.
the new Knives Out movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, no business.
No, but I didn't realize
I thought it was
gonna
a
be-
direct to stream.
It
I
is,
thought it was
but-
too, but they did a week, just 1 week only.
You know
in
why?
theaters.
You know why?
because
for
of Ryan
Oscars.
Johnson.
No,
Oh.
for Oscar
Oh, really?
consideration.
Oh.
They have to
Did
open
they
a
change
movie.
the rules?
What?
I feel like other Netflix exclusive movies have been nominated before.
But you have to have it open for at least a week.
Okay.
In L.A. and New York.
Well, now it's already come out and it's come and gone out of the theater, and now it doesn't come out onto Netflix until December 23rd.
Yeah,
which is bullshit.
Yeah,
so
because it was already supposed to be out, right?
Yeah,
it was originally supposed to be November. Is that what we said?
Oh, odd.
Yeah, it ranked under that Strange World movie, which I guess for a Pixar movie also
it tanked.
It tanked.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Strange World.
Yeah.
Well, and the next Pixar one is getting
Wakanda
bad.
Forever, remained on top. And this is not to bash the movie in any way, but it doesn't have any competition. It seems like at all. I can't remember the last
being
time
released in the theaters. Yeah.
All right, so that's Geek Flag. Awesome.
All right.
Hey, if you want to hear us rant about some other things in past episodes, from Pixar to sales to lazy writing to I don't know,
Soupy Sales.
Thank you, Soupy. If you want to hear us rant about Soupy Sales, none of our episodes have that at all. But we
send
have
us an
other
email
things.
and
Wait till
request
January, guys. Get all the Soupy Sales you can
Tito
handle.
month.
You guys
right.
like Soupy Sales?
We have
You
Tito
guys like
coming
peanut
up.
brittle?
You guys want to buy some Girl Scout cookies?
Oh, Jesus. Hey, if you want to hear some good episodes and do it now before Tito takes over in January, Brian, where can we go?
Yes, they can go to www.3gdpodcast.com. That's www.3gdpodcast.com. And as Mark said, you'll be able to find all of our past episodes there, along with our email link, links where you can rate and review the show. We would really appreciate it if you give us a 5-star rating and a nice review. It helps to drive us up the charts and makes it easier for other people to find us if they're searching for our content. Also, there's one-click buttons. Most importantly, if you're not a subscriber, please head on over there, smash one of those one-click buttons so you can subscribe to us through the podcast platform of your choice. And that way you'll be sure to never miss an upcoming episode. Also, we have a Ko-fi page if you would like to donate. Any small donation would greatly be appreciated. It helps to keep the show going. And all of our social media presences are linked there as well. So please head on over to www.3gdpodcast.com and you will find all of that goodness there. And as always, thank you for listening.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And thank you, Jared Milson, for requesting Poltergeist.
Thank you, Jared.
Hope you enjoyed it. So thank you very much for Three Geeky Dads. This is Mark.
I'm Derek.
I'm Brian.
I'm Tito.
And we're saying keep watching the skies and go into the light. Or stay out of the light. Go into the light. Do whatever the fuck you want. I
Go
don't
into
care.
the light, Jared. It's daytime. Go into the light. Open your eyes.
Enjoy a tub with Joe Beth Williams. Enjoy Tubby Time. Tito Tubby Time with Joe Beth. Good night.
Tito Tubby Time.
Now Tito has his escape pod.
And then there's Poltergeist, as I spit on the screen. Disgusting. Let me wipe that off.
And then there's Poltergeist.
Hi, I'm Martin Landau. Polanski and Hitchcock.
I choked on my own spit.
Say it, don't spray it, Martin.
You were going to quote the family.
I was, but I...
The thing about Polanski.
The thing about Polanski is he's precise. Okay. And then there's Poltergeist.
Bless you.
Sorry.
I don't want to be rude.
No, it was a burp, not a sneeze.
These nostrils are clean.
Oh, they're also burning too. Jalapeno poppers.
Singes the nostrils.
Singes. Yeah.
But more so like.
Tobe Hooper and Steve Spielberg.
Little
Stevie Spielberg.
First name is on a
First name basis over
Tobe
here.
Hooper and Steve. Steve.
You got a
I like
lot
that.
of stingers, man. Yeah, cheap, affordable, and good.
Just like this movie.
Thank you. Yeah.
And this podcast.
And this podcast.